Now, the greatest radio shows of all time.
Suspense.
The Shadow Node.
Washington calling David Harding, counter-spy.
Classic radio theater.
The Great Gildersleeve.
Fibber McGee and Molly.
Dragnet.
Gunsmoke.
The Lone Ranger.
Now, step back into a time machine with your host, Wyatt Cox.
Good evening, friends of the Inner Sanctum.
Comedy on this Monday with episodes of My Friend Irma starring Marie Wilson, The Dean Martin and Jerry Lewis Show with Jeff Chandler, Fibber McGee and Molly from 1942, You Bet Your Life from 1954, and Lum and Abner. We'll also have the news from this date back in 1953. That's what's coming up on this Monday. Second day of June, 153rd day of the year, 212 days left in 2025. The first smallpox vaccination in North America occurred on this date in 1800. P.T. Barnum and his circus began their first tour of the U.S. on this date in 1835. President Cleveland married Frances Folsom in the White House in 1886, becoming the only president to wed in the executive mansion. Marconi received a patent for his new invention, the radio, on this date in 1896, and in 1924, President Coolidge signed the Indian Citizenship Act, granting citizenship to all Native Americans born within the territorial limits of the U.S. In 1953, the coronation of Queen Elizabeth II, the first to be televised, took place on this date in 1953.
Will you solemnly promise and swear to govern the people of the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland?
I solemnly promise so to do.
Queen Elizabeth II, who was crowned queen on this date in 1953. The first contingent of Australian combat troops arrived in South Vietnam on this date in 1965. In 1966, Surveyor 1 landed on the moon, becoming the first spacecraft to soft land on another world. In 1979, Pope John Paul II visited his native Poland, becoming the first pope to visit a communist country. In 1990, the Lower Ohio Valley tornado outbreak spawned 88 confirmed tornadoes in Illinois, Indiana, Kentucky, and Ohio, killing 12 people. Petersburg, Indiana, the hardest hit town with 6 deaths. In 1995, Air Force Captain Scott O'Grady's F-16 shot down over Bosnia in 1995 while patrolling the NATO no-fly zone. In Denver on this date in 1997, Timothy McVeigh convicted on 15 counts of murder and conspiracy for his role in the 1995 terror bombing of the Alfred P. Murrah Federal Building in Oklahoma City.
Guilty of count 1, guilty of conspiracy to use a weapon of mass destruction. Count 2, guilty, use of a weapon of mass destruction, guilty. Count 3, destruction by explosive, guilty. Do you find that the government proved beyond a reasonable doubt that the crimes committed by Timothy McVeigh resulted in the death of one or more of the persons named in the indictment? Yes. First question is yes. This could kick in the death penalty. Second question, answer is yes, then the death of such persons was a foreseeable result of the defendant's criminal conduct.
Court TV reporter Dan Abrams, McVeigh would be executed 4 years later. The CIH computer virus discovered in Taiwan on this date in 1998, and it was on this date in 2004. Ken Jennings began his 74-game winning streak on the syndicated game show Jeopardy! His total earnings over $3 million. Today it would be almost $5 million in the same, inflation. Passing away on this date in history. Oh my. Lou Gehrig passing away on this date of ALS, which would become known as Lou Gehrig's disease. Dr. Christian Gene Hirschhold passing away on this date in 1956. Playwright George S. Kaufman passing away. From the Dead End Kids and the Bowery Boys, Leo Gorcey. Also band leader Swing and Sway with Sammy Kaye. Guitarist Andres Segovia. The very, very funny Jack Gilford. Actor Rex Harrison. Ray Combs of Family Feud game, another Family Feud host passing away on this date, Richard Dawson. Also Imogene Coca, pro wrestler Freddie Blassie, the Pencil Neck Geeks, Bo Diddley, Mel Ferrer, and Janice Page, who passed away a year ago today. All those folks passing away on the second day of June. Birthdays today of those who are who are no longer with us include First Lady Martha Washington, French author Marquis de Sade, also Pope Pius X, Edward Elgar, the composer, the first Tarzan in the movies, Johnny Weissmuller, Walter Tetley did so many amusing roles in radio, Tex Schramm, former president, general manager of the Dallas Cowboys, astronaut Pete Conrad, Hot Lips in the movie version of MASH, Sally Kellerman, also singer Jimmy Jones, Marvin Hamlish, who pianist did a lot of interesting stuff, and another Tarzan born on this date, Ron Ely, who was in the 1966 version of Tarzan, also in Doc Savage. He passed away last year at the age of 86.
Hi, this is Jeff Foxworthy. It is now time for the birthday announcements. The following people are now officially older than dirt.
Turning to those who are still with us, from Mike Hammer fame, Stacy Keach, 84 years old. The Beaver, Jerry Mathers, 77 years old today. From 24, Dennis Haysbert is 71.
Do you believe for 1 second that I or my men are guilty of some crime?
From the Unit, Dennis Haysbert, 71 years old today. Also celebrating a birthday today, not gonna guess it, Dana Carvey. He's 70 years old. His Bush, George Herbert Walker Bush imitation was spot on. And he talked about visiting the White House and actually spending the night in the Lincoln bedroom.
My wife went to bed early and Barbara went to bed, and the President and I are in this living room, had a little cigars, a little brandy, just cozy, He's looking at me, how you doing, Dan?
Dana Carvey, 70 years old today. Lawrence Full is 66. He's better known as the pro wrestler Lex Luger. Race car driver Kyle Petty, 65 today. The lead singer for Spandau Ballet, True, Tony Hadley, is 65. From Whose Line Is It Anyway? And the Let's Make a Deal reboot, Wayne Brady is 53. Zachary Quintero is 48 today.
Doctor, I am no longer fit for duty. I hereby relinquish my command based on the fact that I have been emotionally compromised.
He was Spock in the 2009 Star Trek reboot, also in Heroes. Zach Quintero is 48 today. WWE's AJ Styles is 48 today as well. And from the movie TV show Firefly, I should say, Jewel State is 43. Those just a few of the people who celebrate the second day of June as their birthday. If this is your birthday,
We baked you a birthday cake.
If you get a tummy ache and you moan and groan and woe,
Don't forget we told you so. Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
Make a wish, dear, and blow out the candles.
Here they go.
and we'll start off with a feature of this Tuesday, June 2nd, 1953 is the day we're going to look at on this Monday. And we will start off at, what time is it? It's at 9:30 Eastern Time with Marie Wilson in My Friend Irma. That's coming up in just a few moments.
Civil defense is common sense. Hi, this is Tony Bennett. Make sure you're prepared if a nuclear attack ever comes.
Now on this Monday Classic Radio Theater, we're featuring Tuesday, June 2nd, 1953, 72 years ago today. We're going to go back to 9:30 Eastern Time for an episode of My Friend Irma, starring Marie Wilson and Laughing Boy.
My Friend Irma.
Created by Cy Howard, transcribed from Hollywood, and starring Marie Wilson as Irma and Kathy Lewis as Jane.
My roommate Irma Peters
person is a girl, let me describe her this way. She walks around like she's got the world on a string, but she can't remember where she put it. Here, Cookie.
Oh, Jane, wait until I tell you.
Now, just take it easy, You know how rattled you get when you're excited.
All right, I'll be calm.
Good. Now, what's it all about?
Well, you know my boss, Mr. Clyde, is married.
Of course I know.
Well, now they have a horse.
A horse?
Yes, after all these years.
What are you talking about?
Well, Mr. Clyde's always wanted a racehorse, and he bought one.
Yeah, well, go on, honey. I think I'm starting to make contact with you.
Well, this Saturday, Mrs. Clyde has invited us all to be her guests at the racetrack.
Oh, yeah? Isn't that nice?
Yes. Mrs. Clyde says we're going to watch their horses run in a box.
I see.
I suppose poor Mr. Clyde spent so much money on the horse he can't afford seats, and we'll all have to sit on boxes.
No, honey, it's not that kind of a box.
Oh.
Tell me, what's the name of Mr. Clyde's horse?
Well, his name is Laughing Boy, and I'm sure he's going to win. You know, as they say at the track, he'll come in on his nose.
Oh, yes, I see you know all the terminology.
Well, naturally, Jane. I should know all about horses. We had plenty of them on our farm in Minnesota.
Oh, did you?
Yes. Why, many a morning I ran into the house screaming, Daddy, come into the barn. The old gray mare's just had another calf.
Irma, that's colt.
Oh, Jane, you know so little about these things. A colt is a boy, a calf is a girl.
Mm-hmm. What's a stallion?
It's a little white onion with a long green top.
I guess we learn things all the time, you know? Yeah.
Glad to help.
You know, Cookie, the more I think about going to the races on Saturday, the more excited I get. Of course, I've never won in my life.
Well, of course, you have to have a system. Now, when Laughing Boy runs, I think I'll bet him room and board.
That's across the board. It means you bet win, place, and show. You understand?
Well, naturally, I'm sure if he shows up at the right place, he'll win.
No. No, that's not quite it, honey. Win means first, place is second, and show means he came in third. Irma, now tell me the truth. I know you were raised on a farm with horses, but have you actually ever been to a horse race?
Oh, just once.
You understood everything that went on?
Why, certainly. What do you mean?
Well, for instance, did you see them take a horse into the winner's circle and put a wreath of flowers around its neck?
Oh, did that mean he won the race?
Well, sure, certainly. Why do you think they put the wreath of flowers around his neck?
Oh, I thought he just got back from Honolulu.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, Cookie, since you don't know your way around and I don't know my way around...
Well, maybe the maestro and Mrs. O'Reilly can advise us. Mrs. Clyde wants me to invite them, too.
Oh, that's great. That's what I'm saying. Why don't we take all of our money and put it in a pool?
No, Jenny, we're invited to the track. Why should we go swimming?
Honey. Just tell me how much money have you that you'd like to bet?
Well, about $10. $4 I'd like to bet on horses that pay about 40 to 1.
I see.
And the rest I'd like to bet on long shots.
Come in.
If you don't mind, it's me, Maestro Wanderkin. Hello, Janie and Irma, my two musical masterpieces. One a Strauss waltz, the other the Nutcracker Suite.
Oh, well, Maestro, how much money have you got?
Money? You mean the money I have on me, or the money I keep hidden under my mattress, or the money I have in the bank?
Well, all together.
$7.42. That's not including government securities.
Government securities?
Yeah, I have 3 2-cent stamps I haven't even touched yet.
You must forgive Irma, Maestro. It's her enthusiasm. Mr. and Mrs. Clyde have invited us to the racetrack this Saturday, and this includes you and Mrs. O'Reilly.
Oh, isn't that nice of them?
Yes, Mr. Clyde has a horse called Laughing Boy, and I think we all better bet on him.
Well, it all depends on how he got his name. Does he laugh after the race, or does he stop to laugh at horses in front of him?
That's a good question. Maestro, do you go to the track often?
Often? I wouldn't say that. Naturally, being a musician, like all true musicians, horse racing is below our cultural level. We haven't got time to take our mind from the classics for such nonsense.
Oh, well, I understand Laughing Boy is going to run 1.25 miles.
1.25 miles, I should do it in 2:10. The track record is 2:06, going off at 5 to 1, pay about 10.30 win, 6:40 place in 2:10 to show, barring photo finishes on a muddy track.
I thought musicians didn't know about horse racing.
Oh. This is just some dialogue I picked up on a sheet of music from the Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse.
Yeah. Maestro, you're not fooling anybody, and I'm with you. How's your luck?
Well, sometimes it's not bad. Last year, what a streak of luck I had. I won the first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh race. If I had any money left, I would have won the 8th race, too.
Well, Jean said we should all take our money and put it in the water.
She means pool our money.
Well, it's a good idea. We'll have a bigger bankroll to start with. Irma, tell me, have you seen this horse, Laughing Boy?
Yes, he has the same brown eyes that my Al has.
Do they shift from side to side, too?
Wait a minute, that's a hunch. If this horse is anything like Al, we have to bet on him.
Well, what do you mean?
Have you ever seen Al take off? I once saw him running away from his landlady, and I guarantee he did the mile in less than a minute.
Well, we'll leave it up to you, Maestro. Irma's putting up $10, and I'm putting up 10. It'll be up to you to put up...
Put your arms around me, honey. Hold me tight. Cuddle up and huddle up with all your might.
Listen to that, Mrs. O'Reilly. Put your arms around me, she says. Who can she find with arms 10 feet long?
Yoo-hoo! Anybody home?
Come on in.
Hello, girls. Hello, Maestro, dear boy. I'm afraid you have competition. When I brought the ash cans out this morning, Mr. Sweeney from across the street whistled at me.
Well, I hate to dash your hopes to the rocks, Mrs. O'Reilly, but he broke his glasses last night, and he only whistled at you because he thought you were the truck, and he wanted you to pick up his ashes, too.
Now, don't you go making any remarks about me. Oh, by the way, girls, how do you like the way I'm wearing my hair?
Oh, that's very nice.
Oh, that reminds me you're invited to the horse races this Saturday, Mrs. O'Reilly.
Yeah, to see the other bang-tails.
Now, what's this all about?
Mr. Clyde bought a racehorse, and Mrs. Clyde has invited us all to the track this Saturday.
Oh, glory be. I haven't seen a horse race since I was a little girl in Ireland. Every year we'd go to see the running of the Irish sweepstakes.
Sweepstakes?
Yes, and Irma, don't bother asking if the horses run with brooms.
Are you going to be doing any betting?
Oh, sure. Why?
Well, I don't know how to describe it, but I have a way of talking to horses.
Well, I guess if you can't get anyone else to converse with, you have to resort to that.
Maestro, did you know that you can tell a horse's age by counting his teeth?
I know.
Well, one more remark from you, and you'll be counting yours in your hand.
Now, come on. Let's not get into any arguments. I want us all to have a good time at the races. Personally, I'm very excited about the whole thing.
Oh, so am I.
By the way, Irma, do you know who the jockey is going to be?
No, but I hope it's Mickey Rooney. I once saw him riding 3 races, and he won them all.
Well, what movie was that?
It was the same one. It was raining outside, so I saw the picture over and over, and he won every time.
Too bad you couldn't have placed a bet. You would have cleaned up.
I know. I looked all over for an usher.
I'll bet. Come in.
Hiya, folks. Hello, chicken.
Hello, Al, honey.
What's new, chicken?
Well, Mr. Clyde has a horse running Saturday, and he's invited all of us to be his guests at the track.
Chicken, your boss owns a racehorse?
Yeah. Oh, and he's the sweetest thing.
Now, wait. Just happened to have a racing form on the inside of my shoes. Now, wait a minute. You say the horse's name is Laughing Boy?
That's right.
Here it is. Laughing Boy. Out of Sleepy Valley by Rip Van Winkle. Sounds like a real peppy family.
Has he won any races?
Let me see. According to this, the only race he won is when he beat the trainer to the feed bag.
But Mr. Clyde wouldn't buy any old animal. He's very particular. Remember what I went through before he hired me?
Now, let me look at this nag's record. Let's see. In his first race, he came in second. In the second race, he came in third. The third race, he came in fourth. The fourth race, he didn't show up. The fifth race, he finished first, but that was really in the sixth race. You know something? This don't seem as good as government bonds.
Well, maybe the horse is just a curious type.
Curious?
Yeah, you know, the kind of a horse who always stays in a position so he can see if all the other horses are wearing tails, too.
Chicken, I want you to find out a few things about Laughing Boy for me.
What, Al?
Well, for instance, find out if he's a hay burner who likes a fast track. Or is he a nag who likes to hug the rail? Or is he a good mudder?
All right, I'll ask Mr. Clyde.
Now, what are you going to ask him?
Is he a fast trail burner who likes to hug the hay, and is he good to his mudder?
No, chicken. Look, why is it every time I put some plain, sensible words in your head, it comes out like it was in a free-for-all fight and you lost?
Al, why don't you just stop trying to work angles? We're all going to go to the track to have fun, and that's all.
Sure.
Okay.
We'll all do all right. Gee, I better get to work. Mr. Clyde may be expecting me to come in early today.
Why? What do you mean?
Well, last night when I locked up the office, I'm not sure whether he left first or I left first.
Good morning. How are you, Miss Peterson?
Well, I'm a slow starter, but be careful in the halfway post because I really get going when you stretch me.
What are you raving about?
Well, that's racetrack talk, and I want to be ready Saturday when Laughing Boy runs.
Laughing Boy isn't running Saturday.
Why not?
Well, I'm getting rid of him. I bought a new horse, Dancing Girl. Hottest thing on 4 legs.
Just, but what about Laughing Boy?
Oh, they sold me a lemon. He's too old. I'm getting rid of him.
Getting rid of him?
Yes, he's kaput.
Kaput?
Come.
Oh, well, are you selling him?
Well, not exactly.
Well, is he being put out to pasture?
Not exactly.
Well, if you're not going to sell him and you're not going to put him out to pasture...
Excited about going to the races Saturday. Really excited. Sweetie, what's bothering you?
Oh, Jane, I'm worried about Laughing Boy. Isn't there any way he could be cured?
Cured? What's he got?
Kaput.
Kaput? I never heard of it.
Oh, no, Irma, darling, this is not a disease. It's just an expression.
An expression?
Yeah, like if Mrs. O'Reilly was wearing a bathing suit, someone might say, "Here comes Sweetie Pie."
Why, Maestro.
See, it fools you. It happens to be an expression used by circus people. Sweetie Pie was the name of a famous elephant.
Why, you old flea-bitten monstrosity. You should talk with that bushy hair and long nose. You look like an anteater wearing a feather duster. That's what you do.
Please, I'm worried about Laughing Boy. Jane, what do they do to horses that are too old or too sick to run anymore?
Why, I guess they either put them out to pasture or they send them to the, it's nothing for you to worry about.
Yes, there is.
There isn't, honest, honey.
It's no use, Jane. I know when you're holding something back. You always look out the window and polish your nails.
Well, what's so unusual about that?
With your gloves on?
Say, that's a pretty dress you have on. That's very becoming.
It's my slip. Please, Jane, now stop stalling and tell me the truth.
Irma, please don't bother me. I have things to do.
Maestro.
Janie, have you got a nail file?
And you, Mrs. O'Reilly, you're my friend. You'll tell me.
Well, glory be. There's only 249 days before St. Patrick's Day, and I haven't got a thing to wear. I better go out and do some shopping.
Yeah. Hey, now, wait a minute. Nobody leaves until I find out.
Oh, honey, what are you getting so upset about?
Well, none of you people know Laughing Boy, and I do. Why, I was down at the stable, and he's sweet, and he's pretty, and I know he's such a good friend that if you ever needed him, he'd work like a horse for you.
Irma,
now, please, Jane, I can't forget Laughing Boy's expression. He looked me in the eye as if to say, Irma, what are they going to do with me? And I'm looking you all in the eye, just the way he looked me in the eye, and I want you to answer. What are they going to do with Laughing Boy?
Well, Irma, let me put it this way. What happens to people when they get too old?
They dye their hair red and they lie about their age.
Oh, be still.
Oh, honey. Irma, what Mrs. O'Reilly is trying to say is that, when you become old, infirm, Irma, have you ever heard of Valhalla?
Is that near Sun Valley?
Now let me handle this because it requires delicate and tactful handling. Irma, darling, there's nothing to be excited about. I'm sure they won't send Laughing Boy to the glue factory.
Glue factory?
No, that was real delicate.
He's going to the glue factory.
Irma, darling, please, listen to the old maestro.
No.
Yeah, listen, Irma, we know you feel badly about Laughing Boy. We know, but after all, you're not doing anything to him.
And according to Mr. Clyde, that new horse, Dancing Lady, looks like a sure winner. So why don't we concentrate on her and leave well enough alone?
You're cruel, all of you. That's why you don't know what this means to me. You never loved a horse or owned a horse or been around a horse.
How can you say I've never been around a horse?
Take your arm off my shoulder.
Hello? Oh, hello, Mr. Clyde. Yes, Irma's here. What? Yeah, I'll tell her. Saturday? Oh, sure, we'll be there. Thanks, bye. Sweetie, that was your boss. He wants you to come down to the office. He has some extra work to get out.
I'm not going.
Now, look.
No, I don't want to have anything to do with him. Any man who would send a sweet horse like Laughing Boy to a glue factory. Could you imagine what he'll do to me when I get too old?
Now, Cookie, you really don't know that he's going to do any such thing. I'm sure Laughing Boy will be all right. Oh, Irma, Saturday's supposed to be a gay day. Mrs. O'Reilly is right. We should plan to bet on Dancing Girl.
Yeah, you're just like all the rest. All you think about is the money.
No, Irma, it isn't that at all. It's just that Dancing Lady is a filly, and we must cheer for her because, well, like us, she's a member of the weakest sex.
Yeah. If she's as weak as you are, she'll probably pick up the grandstand and run with it.
I don't care what any of you say. I'm not going to the races, and I'm not going to work for Mr. Clyde. Mr. Clyde, that glue factory monster.
Oh, now, Irma, don't get dramatic. You have a job. Now, why don't you just go to the office and maybe Mr. Clyde will tell you what he's going to do with Laughing Boy.
All right, I'm going to put it directly to him, and believe me, if he's going to mistreat Laughing Boy, I'll report him to the Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals. You know, the YMCA.
Well, Miss Peterson, so you finally got here.
Well, I came as fast as I could. I grabbed the first bus I saw.
Then why has it taken you over an hour?
It was the wrong bus.
Oh, fine. Well, never mind. I've already typed the letters I wanted to dictate. Just put them in the envelopes and be sure they're glued.
Glued?
Yes, glued.
Murder!
What?
You know what I'm talking about. When you get tired of someone, you send them to be glued.
Miss Peterson, how do you get in this condition? Do you take dizzy pills every morning?
Excuse me, Mr. Clyde. I don't have to take pills. I'm not a hydromatic.
Hypochondriac! Oh, forget it. Look, I have to leave town. I won't be back until Saturday. I want you to do something for me.
Yes, Mr.
I want
Clyde.
you to go to the track and tell my trainer to enter Dancing Girl in the race.
Well, what about Laughing Boy?
I have other plans for him.
Mr. Clyde.
Some other time, Miss
Mr.
Peterson.
Clyde,
I've got a plane to
please.
catch. I'll see you at the race.
Mr.
on Saturday.
Clyde.
Bye.
But what about Laughing... She's gone. I can't let him do this to Laughing Boy. Well, this must be Laughing Boy's stall. Oh, there he is. Hello, Laughing Boy. Isn't that sweet? He recognizes me. Gee, I wish you could talk, Laughing Boy. Mr. Clyde wants to get rid of you. Just throwing him names won't help. He wants to make glue out of you. Why, if he does that, I'll never lick another stamp of my life.
What's that?
Oh, my gosh, you can talk.
Well, of course I can talk.
Oh, it's you.
Yes, my name is Henderson.
Oh, you must be Mr. Clyde's trainer.
That's right, miss. What are you doing here so early in the morning?
Well,
Is there something I can do for you?
You see, I'm Mr. Clyde's executive secretary and General Bonyface, and he sent me to tell... Hey, by the way, who's the other horse that keeps looking at Laughing Boy?
That's Dancing Girl. I haven't had orders officially yet from Mr. Clyde. I think he'd want me to race her instead of Laughing Boy.
Why?
Well, Laughing Boy just doesn't seem to have any spirit. The last workout I gave him, he barely made it to the track. What does Mr. Clyde want me to do with him?
He wants you to run him in the race.
Are you sure?
Yes, he has other plans for Dancing Girl.
I can't see why he wants to run Laughing Boy. Believe me, this nag would be laying down right now if he wasn't in such a narrow stall.
Well, don't worry, Mr. Henderson. He's what you call a sleepwalker.
There was a Mr. Clyde's order. I better go out to the office and put him in as an official entry. Bye, miss.
Bye. Now, you see what I did for you, laughing boy? Now you must win the race or golly, I'll lose my job. Oh, I see. You want to go over to Dancing Girl. Okay, come on. Maybe if you had something to run for. There, now you're both together. Oh, how sweet. Just like Al and me. You really want to make her proud. You'll win today.
Thrilling? My, I've never seen so many people. Maestro, you'd better hold me hand so I don't get lost.
Nothing doing. They might think I'm the jockey. This way, Janie. I see Irma.
Oh, yeah, she's with Al and Mr. Clyde. Irma!
Well, kids, I hope you put a good bet on Dancing Girl. I know that horse can't lose. There's an $8,000 purse on this race.
An $8,000 purse? I can't see why you need such an expensive pocketbook.
Hey, wait a minute. Isn't this supposed to be the race?
That's right. Ought to start any minute.
Well, I don't see Dancing Girl up on the board.
Oh, you must be mistaken. Miss Peterson.
Yes, Mr. Clyde?
Look up there at the board. They've got Laughing Boy up there instead of Dancing Girl. Miss Peterson, what have you done to me? I'm ruined. Of all the morons I had to pick the prize, one of them all, I can't bear to look.
Mr. Clyde, look! Laughing Boy, he's gaining! He's right out in front!
You're probably mistaken. If I know Laughing Boy, he's only out in front because it's the other horse's second time around. Oh, my gosh. Oh, my God. Look, he is winning. Miss Peterson, how did you do it?
Well, he was lonely, so I got him a girlfriend.
He won! Laughing Boy won!
Only because he was lonely.
What do you mean he was lonely, you wonderful idiot?
I married him to a dancing girl. That's why he ran so fast. He's anxious to get back for the honeymoon.
An Armed Forces radio recording of My Friend Irma going back 72 years, June 2nd, 1953, here on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. We'll move over to NBC and a little earlier in the evening, 9 o'clock, for an episode of the Dean Martin Jerry Lewis Show in a moment. But first, we're going to take a look at what happened on this date 72 years ago.
Civil defense is common sense. This is Fred McMurray. Home shelters can be built for as little as $100. Simple plans for building inexpensive home shelters are available free from your civil defense office. Ask for a copy of the Family Fallout Shelter booklet.
Now on this Monday Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox, we're going to take a look at some of the news headlines from this date 72 years ago, Tuesday, June 2nd, 1953. A British expedition has climbed hitherto unscaled Mount Everest, the world's highest peak, planting the Union Jack on the icy peak as a coronation gift for Queen Elizabeth II. Buckingham Palace made that announcement last night. Word the party, fighting the snows and icy blasts on the world's rooftop, had reached their goal in a third attempt within a month, reached the palace last night, a spokesman said. The dramatic news relayed to the Queen as final preparations were made to crown her in Westminster Abbey. Roaring, cheering crowds in the hundreds of thousands jammed the gorgeous streets of London as Coronation Day broke clear and cold. Bright stars shone down, breaking through rain clouds, which last night had drenched the royal throngs, waiting to cheer their queen as she rides later today in a golden coach to her crowning in Westminster Abbey. Representative Yorty, the Democrat of California, said last night the Defense Department is backing down on its proposed cut in the nation's air power, and Pentagon military chiefs are edging back toward a 143-wing goal for the Air Force. The California legislator made the statement to newsmen after conferring with Air Force Secretary Harold Talbot. A tropical storm in the Gulf of Mexico has remained stationary. It was centered about 200 miles west of Key West, keeping their eye on what might become a tornado. Rather become a hurricane. Early season tropical storms erratic. This one comes well ahead of the usual June 15th to November 15th season. 4,000 North Korean communists exploded attacks against American and South Korean positions on the Eastern Front. Fighting started shifting from the Western Front to the rugged Eastern sector following a brief lull in the ground fighting. The new assaults started slamming into UN positions early Monday night. 2 of the attacks slashed into the Allied main line of defense. The sentencing judge once more yesterday refused to spare the lives of atomic spies Julius and Ethel Rosenberg and grimly warned their time is running out. Speaking of future motions to stay the first execution of its kind in American history, federal judge Irving R. Kaufman told the defense, "I would suggest that you bring on everything you have with dispatch." Vice President Richard M. Nixon predicted last night that President Eisenhower will set a record for his accomplishments in getting along with Congress. Speaking at a testimonial dinner in honor of House Speaker Joseph W. Martin, the Republican of Massachusetts, Nixon said that President Eisenhower has dealt effectively with corruption in high places. Quoting, "We have restored the high standard the people expect in high places. The same is true on the question of loyalty." Secretary of the Treasury Humphrey yesterday told Congress, hungering for a tax cut, that losses in federal revenue now would be an unsafe gamble with the nation's security. With that plea, Humphrey urged the reluctant House Ways and Means Committee to get behind President Eisenhower's request to extend the excess profit tax on business for 6 months until the end of 1953. Senator Nolan, a Republican of California, said last night if truce negotiations with the communists collapse, the U.S. should expand the Korean fighting and take the calculated risk of war with Russia. Supporting proposals made by Senator Taft, a Republican of Ohio, and rejected by President Eisenhower, Nolan said he does not believe the Allied armistice offer to the communists will produce a truce with honor because it would leave Korea divided. Former President Harry S. Truman said yesterday he'll make a trip east later this month, stopping at Washington, Philadelphia, and New York. Senator Joseph McCarthy probably was spending yesterday on a private island near Tampico, Mexico, or at a ranch house 90 miles from the nearest town. The senator took off from Dallas Saturday in a private plane, apparently bound for the Clint Murchison Ranch northwest of Tampico. He refused to give out any information on his surprise trip to Texas and the Southwest. Mrs. Catherine Ford, wife of the Detroit industrialist and banker John B. Ford, Jr., hanged herself in her home Sunday, according to the Wayne County Coroner's Office. Earlier, Mrs. Ford's death had been attributed by family spokesman to a heart attack. Arthur Godfrey had a visit Sunday from his old friend Charles E. Wilson, the Secretary of Defense. Massachusetts General Hospital disclosing that. The radio TV star, whose post-operative schedule continues to be satisfactory, underwent hip surgery May 15th. Hospital didn't divulge what they had to say to each other, but the entertainer last week expressed keen disappointment in any cuts in the Air Force appropriations. Down Miami Beachway, Captain Manuel J. Fernandez Jr., the world's second leading jet ace, came up against the hard facts of life yesterday in civilian life. He got a parking ticket. He said, "Mother and I only stopped for a 10-minute visit with friends. When I came out, the car had a parking ticket on it." New traffic regulations prohibit fixing parking tickets, even for celebrities, so newsmen at City Hall took a collection. They paid the $1 fine. And in Gaffney, South Carolina, the popularity of a certain former president very apparent in Cherokee County. On the list of draftees to receive physical exams are Franklin Delano Callahan, Franklin Delano Roosevelt Tate, Franklin Delano Wise, Franklin Roosevelt Knuckles, Franklin Delano Littlejohn, and Franklin Delano Wall. Those some of the day's top news stories as reported in the newspapers of Tuesday, June 2nd, 1953. Coming up next, when we continue with more of Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox, Dean Martin, Jerry Lewis, and Jeff Chandler.
Civil defense is common sense. This is Howard Duff with this reminder. 640 and 1240. These are the Conelrad frequencies during a national emergency. 640 and 1240 on your regular radio will be your only official means of receiving vital information. Remember, 640 and 1240.
That was then. This is now. Let's go back now to finish off this look at Tuesday, June 2nd, 1953. Going over to NBC for the Dean Martin, Jerry Lewis show. And as guests from 72 years ago today were Jeff Chandler.
Transcribed.
Hey, Dean, is it time for us to go on yet?
Now, just a second, Jerry. Wait till I finish my Chesterfield.
Regular?
No, king size. Why?
Well, in that case, I'll have to wait over a fifth longer for you.
Which means that Chesterfield, first with premium quality and best for you, brings you the Dean Martin and Jerry Lewis Show.
Chesterfield is best for you, much milder, better tasting too. They're today's best cigarette buy.
Come on, smokers, why don't you try
Chesterfield,
best for you?
Chesterfield, best for you. Regular, king size, either way. Make it Chesterfields today.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to bring you our master of ceremonies, Dean Martin.
Thanks very much, ladies and gentlemen, and a hearty, happy hello to all of you from Chesterfield. There's lots of fun cooking tonight, so while my partner Jerry, the crazy chef, brings the laughs to a boil, I'd like to whip up an opening musical stew for you. Ah, there's good stews tonight. What can I say, dear, after I say I'm sorry? What can I do to prove to you I'm sorry? I didn't mean to ever be mean to you. If I didn't care, I wouldn't feel like I do. Oh, I was all wrong, but right or wrong, I don't blame you. Why should I take somebody like you and shame you? I know that I made you cry, and I'm so sorry, dear. So what can I say, dear, after I say I'm sorry? Why should I take somebody like you and shame you? I know that I made you cry, and I'm so sorry, dear. So what can I say, dear, after I say I'm sorry? Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. And now, before my partner gets here, let me tell you the truth about him.
I know Jerry never went to school. Jerry never had any education. But, friends, that doesn't make Jerry an idiot.
Then what did?
Well, jumping jaws fat, it's Jerry Lewis! Well, I'm glad to see you, Jerry. Tell me, what's new?
Oh, nothing much. Last night my cat had kittens.
Jerry, every time I ask you what's new, you tell me your cat had kittens. Can't you think of anything else?
I can, but the cat can't.
So there's really nothing new, huh?
No, just the same old thing. You know, this morning my dog had guppies.
No, you mean puppies.
No, guppies.
Jerry, how could your dog have guppies?
He fell into the goldfish bowl.
Oh. But it was just one of those days when nothing happened, huh?
Yep, except that my mother just flew in from Newark.
Oh, did you meet her at the airport?
No, I've known her for years.
I see. Did she come out here to visit you?
No, she came to visit my uncle who has a whole chain of Orange Julius stands named after him.
Oh, your uncle's name is Julius?
No, Orange.
Now, wait a minute. If Orange is your uncle's name, who's Julius?
My aunt.
Your aunt, sure. How did she ever get the name Julius?
She won it in a raffle.
In a raffle?
Yeah, you see, when she was a baby, they didn't know what to name her. So they gave her a punch board, and Julius is the name she punched out.
But there's nothing new outside that, huh, Jerry?
Oh, nothing new.
You just picked up your mother and drove her to your Uncle Orange's place.
Yeah, in the car my brother stole.
Your brother stole a car?
Well, he didn't think he was stealing. You see, it was parked outside a cemetery, and he thought the owner was dead.
Nothing happened. It was just one of those dull days, huh?
Yeah, I drove my mother home. On the way, it started to rain, so my mother told me to get a windshield wiper and put it on the car.
Did that help?
No, it kept right on raining.
Kept raining. Well, so it was just one of those nothing happened days, huh, Jer?
Yeah, didn't do too much.
Oh, well.
Practically nothing. Why, when I got home, I tried to transplant my giant California redwood tree. It was 300 feet tall.
Oh, it was getting too big for the garden.
No, too big for the pot.
I didn't know you had a giant redwood tree.
Oh, yes, I planted it myself. First, I cut a hole in the seed.
You cut a hole in the seed?
Yeah. That's so when it grows up, cars can drive right through it.
Now, that's quick thinking.
Well, the tree looked a little peaked, so I chopped it down and took it to a tree surgeon.
Jerry, if the poor thing was sick, why didn't you bring the tree surgeon out to see the tree?
I don't throw my money away. A house visit is $5. In the office, it's only $2.
I can't wait to hear what happened when you got the tree to surgery.
Well, when I got there, the office was crowded. It was terrible.
What was terrible?
How'd you like to sit for 3 hours with a 300-foot tree in your lap?
But nothing happened today, huh? You just sat there in the doctor's office with a tree in your lap.
Yeah, when the doctor came out, he took one look at the tree. I got the shock of my life.
Well, what happened? What did he say?
It wasn't a redwood tree at all. It was an oak tree with a high blood pressure.
Here is Chesterfield's record with smokers. And important to you.
No adverse effects to the nose, throat, and sinuses from smoking Chesterfield.
That's the report of a doctor who has been examining a group of Chesterfield smokers for a full year and 2 months as part of a program supervised by a responsible independent research laboratory. Don't you want to try a cigarette with a record like this? Chesterfield. First with premium quality. Chesterfield. First choice of young America. And that's from a survey made in 274 colleges and universities. Try Chesterfields today. Chesterfield. Regular or king size. They're much milder and best for you.
You know, friends, when the popular songs of 1953 are counted for, there's one tune I'll bet on to finish near the top of the list. It's my privilege to nominate and my pleasure to sing Downhearted.
Ever since we parted, I've been downhearted. Whoever thought I'd miss you so? Please come back, I beg you. Please, baby, please. What fools are we who cannot see the forest for the trees? Now I'm the one that I outsmarted, and I'm downhearted. I lost the truest love I'll ever know. Oh, how I yearn to hold you in my arms once again, and I'll be downhearted till then. To hold you in my arms once again, and I'll be downhearted till then.
Just sit back and prepare to enjoy yourselves because our guest star tonight...
Oh, Dean!
Our guest star tonight...
Dean, I have to rush off right now to see my girl. She just came from the plastic surgeon's office, and believe me, she looks 100% better.
Why, did he remove the mole on her face?
No, he left the mole, he removed the face.
Oh. But, Jerry, I'm about to introduce our guest. You can't leave now.
Oh, but I have to, partner Mio. I promised to drive her to the dog races.
Now, don't tell me she's one of the dogs that's racing.
She's one of the dogs. That's utterly absurd.
She isn't?
No, she's the rabbit.
Well, that'll keep till after the show. Right now, I want you and our listeners to meet a star whose popularity is truly unanimous. Here's the man you'll soon be able to see co-starring with Faith DeMerg in Universal International's Technicolor production of The Great Sioux Uprising. Our he-est of He-Men guests, Jeff Chandler. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yes, sir, Jeff, boy. I'm no fool. I sit down when he comes around, boy. Welcome there to our wigwam, Big Chief Chandler.
Ugh.
Gee, holy mackerel and jeepers creepers. Isn't Mr. Chandler mucular? Sir, I would like to meet you.
Sure, kid, here. Shake.
Anyone for lady fingers?
You've met my partner before, haven't you, Jeff?
Oh, sure, Dean, but I just don't remember where.
Oh, don't you remember, Mr. Chandler? Remember you once played badminton with me?
Oh, yes. Sorry, I didn't recognize you without your feathers.
Now, see here, you yellow-bellied tough guy.
You know who you're talking to?
Sorry. See here, you yellow-bellied tough guy, sir. I have a violent temper, see? When I'm mad, I forget good sportsmanship. When I fight, I always lose my head.
You do?
Yeah, they always keep knocking it off.
You a fighter? Why, when I eat at a restaurant, I leave more than you on my plate.
Jerry just talks stuff. He never had a fight in his life.
Oh, yeah? Why, only yesterday I had a fight with a guy. He hit me, then I hit him. Then he hit me, then I hit him, then he hit me.
And then?
And then I quit.
Well, why didn't you hit him back?
I'm no fool. Then it would have been his turn to hit again.
Jerry, now don't go flaunting your tiny muscle in Jeff's face.
Well, yes, if he does, I'll beat him within a half inch of his life.
You mean an inch of my life?
You don't have that much left.
Look, Chandler.
If you just lay a finger on me, I shall rear up, expand my chest to its fullest,
Yeah?
and yell for my girl.
Say, Dean, Jerry's girl must be tough.
Tough. But when she smiles, her face makes a fist.
Not anymore, it doesn't. She just went to a plastic surgeon. Here's her picture.
Ugh. Oh, Jerry, this is awful. Was this picture of her taken before the operation or after?
During.
How can you go with a brute like that, Jerry? Look at the size of her mouth.
It's not her fault, Dean. It got that way from eating bananas.
Oh, now, Jerry, a mouth can't get that big from eating bananas.
Sideways? Look, Mr. Chandler, let me tell you something. My girl, Yetta.
Yetta?
My girl, Yetta, may not be beautiful, charming, nor fun-loving. But when I'm lonely and blue and all the world seems to have forsaken me, I rush over and ring her doorbell.
And she lets you into the house?
No, she doesn't have a house, just a doorbell.
And then what?
I take her in my arms and look at her, and when I compare her with all the other girls here in Hollywood, deep down inside, I get that certain feeling.
What feeling?
Like I want to throw up.
Jerry, you'd make out much better in the romance department if you developed your physique by doing bodybuilding exercises like Jeff here.
Oh, but I do, do you hear? I do. When I get up in the morning, the first thing I do is walk around on all fours.
That's not exercise, that's heredity.
Just a minute, Mr. Chandler. Are you inferring that my grandfather is a monkey?
No.
Then how come he works for an organ grinder?
Jerry Lewis. Jerry, to exercise properly, you have to breathe properly. Show him what I mean, Jeff.
All right, Dean. Just watch me now, Jerry.
What happened, Jerry?
I just been inhaled.
Stop that.
You see, Jerry, when I breathe from the stomach. That's what you ought to do.
I can't. I got no nose down there.
Jerry, I can tell you've led a soft life. You've never known hardships. You ought to learn to rough it. Live outdoors like the American Indians.
The American Indians?
What are you so surprised about? That's our play for tonight.
I know, but when I finally get a line, I read it.
Well, let's get going, Fenneman.
Yes.
When he gets a line, he reads it too. Read on, Fenneman.
Right, Dean. Ladies and gentlemen, the Chesterfield Smoke Signal Players present Dean Martin, Jerry Lewis, and Jeff Chandler in a stirring drama of the Indians, entitled... Taken from the short story...
This is the reservation. Me wear moccasins, me covered with war paint. Me have red face. Me an Indian. Me have twin sons, both named Running Water.
Me hot.
Me cold.
Me just home from summer vacation. Me go to Indian college. It is called Tech.
Me no go school at all. All day long, me shoot arrow into air. It fall to earth, me know not where. But me rich Indian, me no care.
Today, me heap happy. Me heap gay. Me heap excited. Me drive home from college in $4 jalopy. Another heap. This man, my father.
Ah, my son, you have returned.
Welcome home, brother. Pull up an arrow and sit down.
Me have been unhappy at college. Oh, great red father. No one would talk to me because me half bleed.
You mean you're a half-breed?
No, half bleed. Me anemic.
I am disappointed, son. You now talk paleface talk. Have you forgotten red man's talk?
Indeedy, ugh, I have.
I will refresh your memory of Indian talk, brother. Repeat after me. How?
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 See, son, it's easy if you know how. You have changed inside, too, Hot, my boy. You do not seem happy to be an Indian.
True, Father. I walked around the campus one day with all these feathers on, and somebody said, "I'd like to see you lay egg." I was so embarrassed.
Why?
I did.
Brother, since you have been away, I have invented a new sport you will enjoy. It is called Indian wrestling.
But Indian wrestling is an old sport.
With girls?
Son, we must have talk. I have sent you to Indian college at much expense.
Yes, oh Father. It costs you 400 beads a year.
I hope it was worth it. Show Dad your report card.
Here, Father, in college I learned to write my name.
I see the report card is already signed.
I learned to write yours, too.
Let's see your grades. A in TP building, B in powwow, fire making, A.
Oh, yes, Father. After 4 years, I learned how to make a fire by rubbing 2 sticks together.
Good.
But one of them has to be a matchstick.
Oh.
Totem pole carving, A.
I brought home the totem pole I carved, sir. Here it is.
Man, dig that crazy popsicle. Brother, we have a surprise for you. Here's your graduation present.
Just what I always wanted, a tomahawk in the shape of a fountain pen.
Now you can kill pale faces and keep score at the same time.
Take that present back from him, Cold. He doesn't deserve the gift. According to his report card at tomahawk throwing, he goofed.
I'm sorry, sir. It's just that I never quite mastered the interlocking grip.
Hand me that tomahawk. See that Indian outside with the king-size Chesterfield in his mouth? Now watch. He's now smoking regular size.
Oh, brother, let me try. I'll knock what's left of the cigarette out of his mouth. Here goes. Oh, well. Now when he has a cold, he'll just have to learn to blow something else.
Hot, my son, this is the most crushing blow of all. A note from the dean saying you've been expelled because you got the lowest grade in hunting.
I am sorry, sir, but during the midterms, I was out in the woods tracking when suddenly a big bear, sneaked up, threw her arms around me, and began to squeeze me.
Why didn't you scream for help?
I thought it was love.
But that's impossible. A bear couldn't be in love with you.
Oh, no? Zelda! Mom, meet your new daughter-in-law.
Years ahead of them all.
Chesterfield is years ahead of all cigarettes.
Chesterfield quality is highest. Here's the proof.
Recent chemical analyses give an index of good quality for the country's 6 leading cigarette brands. The index of good quality table, which is a ratio of high sugar to low nicotine, shows Chesterfield quality highest.
Chesterfield quality highest.
15% higher than its nearest competitor.
Chesterfield quality highest.
31% higher than the average of the 5 other leading brands. Don't you want to try a cigarette with a record like this?
Chesterfield. First with premium quality and best for you.
Try Chesterfield today, regular or king size.
Ladies and gentlemen, just like bread goes with butter, so does a love song go with spring. And so for my springtime serenade tonight, here's a haunting ballad that should please all lovers of music and romance.
Long ago and far away, I dreamed a dream one day, and now that dream is here beside me. Long the skies were overcast, but now the clouds have passed. You're here at last. Chills run up and down my spine. Aladdin's lamp is mine. The dream I dreamed was not denied me. Just one look and then I knew that all I longed for long ago was you. Just one look and then I knew that all I longed for long ago was you.
That was just great, Dean. You must really get the girls with that singing.
Thanks, Jeff, but I'll bet you do even better with that distinguished head of hair. Girls go for guys who are graying at the temples.
That's not true. My brother was gray at the temples, and it used to frighten girls away.
Frighten girls away, but why I?
Because he had no hair, just gray temples.
Well, this has been a lot of fun, but I gotta be running along, fellas.
Wait for me, Mr. Chandler. I must bring this present to my girl.
What'd you get her, Jerry? What'd you get her, Jerry? What'd you get her?
Oh, I got my girl one earring.
One earring? I don't get it. How can your girl wear one earring on both ears?
She has a very thin head.
Now I really gotta get out of here.
I'd like to go with you, Jeff, but not before we thank you for being such a wonderful guest, Jeff.
Yes, thank you very much, Jeff, and please come and visit us again real soon.
Thanks, I will. Good night, fellas, and good night, all.
Good night, Jeff.
Friends, vacation time will be here real soon. And when it comes time for you to take off, remember, take along plenty of Chesterfields.
Right. For your best vacation, pick up a couple of cartons. Chesterfields. Either way you like them, regular or king size.
So until next week, this is Dean Martin.
And this is Jerry Lewis saying,
thank you,
God
everybody.
bless y'all.
From Hollywood, you just heard transcribed the Dean Martin and Jerry Lewis Show, produced and directed by Dick Mack, written by Arthur Phillips and Austin Kalish, with music prepared and conducted by Dick Stabile. And this is George Fenneman reminding you to listen to Chesterfield's award-winning show, Dragnet, Sunday night on this same NBC station.
Now, new Fatima has the tip for your lips. Fatima tips of perfect cork. King size for natural filtering. Fatima quality for a much better flavor and aroma. So remember, new Fatima has the tip for your lips. Fatima. See how smooth they are.
Remember, Fatima is made by the makers of Chesterfield, Liggett and Myers, one of tobacco's most respected names.
The coronation highlights tonight at 10 New York time on NBC.
From 72 years ago today, Tuesday, June 2nd, 1953, Dean Martin, Jerry Lewis here on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox, and that was fun. Let's look at what else was going on that evening. Let's see, CBS, starting at 8 o'clock, had People Are Funny, Mr. and Mrs. North, yours truly, Johnny Dollar, and My Friend Irma, along with coverage of the coronation, of course. Over on NBC, they had a lot of the usual stuff. You had Eddie Fisher and Rosemary Clooney. You had at 8 o'clock. At 8:15, you had the First Nighter program. 9 o'clock, Dean and Jerry. And, of course, 9:30 is Tuesday night, so that's Fibber McGee and Molly. And then Two for the Money. And then the other networks had coverage of the coronation ceremony. So not many regular programs that night. But that gives you an idea of what was going on this night 72 years ago. Alrighty, let's take a look at what's coming up a week ahead here on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox on this Monday. Tomorrow we will have The Adventures of Archie Andrews. We will have the last show of the 1951 season of Jack Benny. We'll also have Bob Hope with Humphrey Bogart. And the Old Gold Comedy Theater, Having a Wonderful Crime. On Wednesday, Steve Allen's show with Eve Arden as his guest. It was a summer show. Also, My Favorite Husband, starring Lucille Ball. We'll also have the Henry Morgan Show from 1947, as they listen around the world through the lens, such as it is, of Henry Morgan. Mr. Ace and Jane, starring Goodman and Jane Ace from 1948. And then on Thursday, we will have Have Gun Will Travel, starring John Daner. Gunsmoke, starring William Conrad. Frontier Town, starring a fellow we just heard, Jeff Chandler. We'll also have Challenge of the Yukon. And then on Friday and Saturday, we'll have shows based around D-Day, the invasion of Normandy during World War II from 1944. And we will have not only radio programs, not only news programs, but we will also have some soap operas because those soaps were still going on. That's what's coming up here on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox through the rest of the week. All right, coming up next on the podcast here, we will go back to 1942 for an episode of Fibber, McGee, and Molly.
Civil defense is common sense. This is Joni James. After nuclear attack, when radioactive fallout will be a potential threat to every living thing. You can't hear, or smell, or taste fallout. Often you can't see it, so you must take shelter and stay there until told it's safe to leave.
Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox continues with a wartime edition, early wartime, but still wartime, of Fibber McGee and Molly. This goes back 83 years ago, June 2nd, 1942, and where in the world is Uncle Dennis?
The Johnson Wax Program with Fibber McGee and Molly. Makers of Johnson's Wax and Johnson's Self-Polishing Glow Coat present Fibber McGee and Molly, written by Don Quinn with songs by the King's Men and music by Billy Mills Orchestra. The show opens with You Do Something to Me. Entomologist is? That's the fellow who knows all about bugs. Well, I'm not really an entomologist, but I do know one thing about bugs.
They hit your windshield and the hood of your car with a bang at this time of year, and they do a lot of damage to the finish if you don't remove them. Washing won't take them off as a rule. What you need for that job is Johnson's Car New, the sensational new polish that cleans and polishes your car with one application, that does two jobs at once in short order. Car New is not only a wonderful time and labor saver, but it's the easy way to keep your car looking its best. Car New is a liquid. You rub it on, let it dry, wipe it off. Car New brings back your car's original showroom shine. If you want to give added protection to the finish and save money on car washings, you can apply a coat of wax. Use either the special Johnson's Auto Wax or the regular household wax. Ask your auto supply store, service station, or regular wax dealer for a package of Johnson's Car New, spelled C-A-R-N-U. Uncle Dennis is still missing. And here at 79 Wistful Vista, sorting out police reports, sifting clues and rumors about their rambling relative, we find Fibber McGee and Molly.
Well, McGee, it's been 9 days since Uncle Dennis disappeared, and I'm awfully worried.
Me too. I'm getting kind of nervous about him myself.
Oh, I knew you were really fond of him, dearie.
I ain't half as fond of him as I am of my wristwatch. He's wearing it.
Now, listen, don't talk like that. You know how dear Uncle Dennis is to me.
He's dear to me, too. About $14 a week, as close as I can figure. Besides all...
Oh, answer it quick, McGee. Maybe that's some news about him.
Okay. Fibber McGee speaking. Who? Police department. What? Repeat that description again, please. What? Blue-gray eyes.
That's him?
Yeah. Bushy hair.
Yes, bushy hair.
Nice white teeth.
Oh, he's always been proud of his teeth.
Left ear missing.
Oh, no. Heavenly days.
Take it easy, Molly. What was that last item, Sarge? A 23-inch tail.
What?
No, I don't know whose cat that should be, Sarge. But thanks for calling. Hey, Molly, hand me them last reports from the Detective Bureau.
Here. What's in those reports, if anything?
Well, here's one that's interesting. Says officers Chester Goff and Norris Lauk investigated loud groans coming from parked car a week ago tonight.
My goodness, who was groaning?
3 people listening to Fibber McGee and Molly. And listen to this one. Plainclothesman Orson Smaltz of the 23rd Precinct reports that as he...
Come in.
Mr. McGee here.
I'm Mr. McGee, officer. You got some news about Uncle Dennis?
Nothing important, sir. But Abdul Skirmuzian, owner of the Turkish Bath at 14th and Oak Street, says a man answering your uncle's description came in a week ago Monday night.
That's the night he disappeared.
That's right. We call it Blue Monday because that's the day he blew. Did you get it, Molly? I said
Ain't
we call...
funny, McGee.
Well, we got to keep a sense of humor through this.
Yeah, but you kept that one too long. That one's spoiled. But what did Uncle Dennis do in the Turkish bath, officer?
Well, lady, all he wanted was an alcohol rub.
That was him, all right.
While he was getting it, a little dog come in through the open door and run away with all his things.
Oh, so that's how Peepee got all his clothes. Yes, go on, officer.
Well, all he had left was his shorts and socks and a walking stick. While the Turkish bathman was out for a minute, this man left.
He left wearing only his shorts and a walking stick,
Oh, dear Uncle Dennis. He was always so fussy about his appearance. Is that all, officer?
Yes, ma'am. Oh, no. His money was in his clothes that the dog took, so he couldn't pay for his alcohol rub, so he left his gold wristwatch as security. I'll let you know if we hear anything more, folks.
At least he was honest enough not to skip out without paying for his alcohol. Hey, that was my wristwatch. He can't do that with my property. Give me the phone, Molly.
No. Keep calm, McGee.
I'm calm. I'm cool. I ain't excited. Where's the phone?
In your hand.
Which hand? Oh, I got it. Hello, operator. Give me the Turkish bath at 14th and Oak upstairs over Mert. Is that you? How's every little thing, Mert? It is, eh? What's say, Mert? Your little niece. Gee, I'm sorry to hear that, Mert.
What happened to her little niece, McGee?
She got 'em all skinned up shooting craps last night. What say, Mert? Oh, okay, I'll call him later. That burns me up, Molly, leaving my wristwatch to pay for his alcohol rub.
Well, now listen, you can buy a new watch, but we only had one Uncle Dennis.
Well, I prefer the watch. It keeps better hours. Where are you going, Molly?
I'm going up to his room once more and see if I can find any clues. Call me if you hear anything, McGee.
Okay. Short socks and a walking stick, eh? Well, he can't get far in that costume because that's probably another cop. Come in.
Hi, mister.
Oh, hello there, sis. Don't bother me now because I'm all upset about Uncle Dennis being missing.
Well, gee, if I were you, mister, I'd get into something loose and lie down and relax and eat only blonde foods for a few days.
What do you mean, blonde foods? You mean bland foods. Soft foods like milk and eggs and eggs and milk.
I know it. All us nurses recommend that when you're upset about something.
Oh, now, wait a minute, sis. What's this about us nurses?
I guess you don't read the papers or listen to the radio much, mister. The government is calling for 54,999 women to enter schools of nursing and prepare themselves for national defense.
How many?
54,999.
The way I heard it, it was 55,000.
I know it, but my application is already in.
You're a little young to be a nurse, aren't you, sis?
Well, they said on the radio they want young women, and I've been practicing all week on my dolls.
Oh, you have, huh? I said you have, eh?
Have what?
You've been practicing all week on your dolls.
How do you know, mister?
Never mind. Hey, by the way, do you know how to treat a case of certified whimsy, sis, with a compound fairness of the portocran? I'm serious, sis. What would you do in a case like that?
I'd give him 2 teaspoons of brow if I gave a half hour.
You got me, sis. I says you got me.
Yeah, but I don't want you, I bet you. And I'm serious about being a nurse, too, mister. Here, now, read this.
What? Oh, okay. Nursing always furnishes great opportunities for service, and never more than at present, when the nation's armed forces need the assistance of every person in this country. We strongly urge qualified young women to consider nursing as a career and to think also of the great opportunities offered by the Nurses Corps of the United States Army and Navy.
There, you see?
Oh, sure, sis, I knew that, but I still think you're just a trifle on the underdone side to be volunteering your services. What could you do?
I bet you I could drive an ambulance, I bet you.
Oh, yeah?
Sure, and us women are better drivers than men, too.
That's so. How do you figure that?
Well, you show me just one man that can powder his nose in the rearview mirror, straighten the seams in his stockings, talk to 3 friends, signal for a left turn and then make a right turn, and drive through traffic all at the same time. Just show me, mister. What'd you say, mister?
Nothing.
I know it, and I'm proud of you. So long, mister.
Did you find any clues in Uncle Dennis's room, Molly?
Only one thing, McGee. He's apparently on a diet, but
Yeah?
I don't know why he doesn't take from our milkman.
Milkman? What are you talking about?
Well, look, I found a bill for a dozen bottles of Teacher's Highland Cream.
Oh, yeah, Highland Cream. He pours that in his oatmeal.
No, he doesn't like oatmeal.
Okay, then he just pours it in.
Poor Uncle Dennis. I wonder if we'll ever know what happened to him.
You'll probably never know, and I'll probably never care. That guy to me was always just... Come in.
Oh, Mrs. Duffington. Come in, Abigail, dear.
How do you do, Mr. McGee? And Mr. McGee.
Hi, Uppy. How's Fifi the puppy?
Oh, Phoebe, the dear little thing is completely worn out, Miss McGee.
Oh, sorry.
You know, I think she knows about Uncle Dennis and is suffering intensely.
She's suffering. How about me? Uncle Dennis is the only uncle I have.
I hope I can depend on that. Well, all I can say, Uppy, is that pin-headed little pooch of yours sure led us a merry chase last week. There's a hound that ought to go back to the Baskervilles.
Please, Mr. McGee. Phoebe did all she could under the circumstances. After all, she is not a bird dog.
Well, why should we want a bird dog?
Well, I understood Mr. McGee to say that Uncle Dennis was full of old crow when he flew the coop.
Hey, didn't you have a kind of a yen for the old corkscrew at one time, Uppy?
Say, listen, don't you call Uncle Dennis an old corkscrew, McGee.
Oh, all right. The old tavern trotter, then. How about it, Uppy? Wasn't you and him slightly on the goo-goo in the quite recent?
If that is the King's English, Mr. McGee, please extend my sincere sympathy to the Queen.
You know what he means, Abigail. Weren't you and Uncle Dennis flinging a little woo?
Well, if you mean to convey that Uncle Dennis and I were very good friends at one time, I might even say romantically attached. Yes. But we quarreled.
I never did know what happened, Abigail. Though if it's any of my business, and I know it isn't, but I hope you'll tell me anyway, even if I haven't any excuse for asking. Except for mere curiosity, which you've forgiven anybody, but after all... What did I start out to say?
You started to ask Uppy which of them flatted the high notes in their song of love.
Oh, it was all so foolish, Miss McGee. As I look back upon it, the whole incident was simply ridiculous. I merely told him I didn't like the way he parted his hair.
And he resented a little thing like that?
Indeed he did.
Wow.
Why, he flung his knife and fork down and stalked out of the dining room.
Just because you didn't like the way he parted his hair?
Yes. We were having a rabbit dinner, and his carving was atrocious. Oh, now let me know if you hear anything. Goodbye.
Rabbit dinner, parted his hair. Oh, brother.
Now listen, don't sneer, McGee.
Oh.
Heavenly days, when I remember what you've been quoted as saying in that pocket magazine, I marvel.
You marvel at what?
At what those readers digest.
Oh, gee whiz, the guy can't... Hello, folks.
Hey, have you heard anything about Uncle Dennis?
Not a word, Mr. Wilcox, except that he was last seen in a Turkish bath.
Yeah, he was getting an alcohol rub, Harlow, which would be anybody's first guess. You heard anything?
No, but I just thought I'd stop in to tell you how my aunt found my uncle when he turned up missing.
Oh, how, Mr. Wilcox? Tell me.
Easy there, Molly. Anytime this guy volunteers any information, you always wind up at your nearest dealer's buying a container of guess what?
Well, I don't care. I want to know how Mr. Wilcox found his uncle. Not that I ever knew he had one.
Me either. I knew he had aunts, but not uncles.
Well, it was a pretty snappy idea at that. The minute my uncle had been missing 5 days, my aunt dashed out to the store and bought some Johnson's wax.
Yes.
Then she dashed home again and used the Johnson's wax on her floors, furniture, woodwork, windowsills, lampshades, everything that required a protective, beautifying finish that would keep out the dampness, keep off the dust, keep everything looking smart and bright, keep the...
Oh, keep. How about your uncle?
Well, sir, her house looked so cheerful and clean that all the neighbors were raving about it. The gossip finally got to my uncle, and he came home out of sheer curiosity. He was an inquisitive old cuss.
But where had he been all this time?
He wouldn't tell us, and you know why?
I'm a fool. I'll bite. Why?
Because he said if my aunt ever stopped using Johnson's wax, he was going back there again. Just think that over, Molly.
But now listen, McGee, I do use Johnson's wax. That won't bring back Uncle Dennis.
Quiet, quiet, or it'll bring back Uncle Harlow. Hey, give me the phone.
Who are you going to call now?
Mayor Latrivia. He promised us he was going to have his police force drag out the throw net.
Throw out the dragnet.
Yes, he promised. Give me the phone.
Here.
Thanks. Hello, operator. Give me the office of Mayor Latrivia on the top floor of Mert. How are you?
Oh, dear.
How's every little thing, Mert? It is, eh? What's say, Mert?
McGee, we've already done one of those.
We have? Oh, yes. Hold everything, Mert. We've already done one. Yeah. What say, Mert? No, I wanted to talk to the mayor about...
Come in.
Hello, Mr. McGee. Hello, McGee.
Oh, hi, Latrivia. Run upstairs and grab that extension phone. I've been trying to get you.
McGee, you don't need the phone. He's right here.
Where? Oh, yeah. Hello, Mert. Never mind. Thanks anyway. Hi, Latrivia.
Hello.
Tell us, Mr. Mayor, have you heard anything about poor Uncle Dennis?
Mrs. McGee, I regret to say that up to date we have had no really important clues, but don't give up.
I wish you hadn't said that, Latrivia. I kind of wanted to give up.
Well, I won't. Tell me, Mr. Mayor, isn't there any hope?
Oh, of course there is, Mrs. McGee. Most missing persons are found in the course of time. I remember one case a few years ago. Bank clerk of Grand Rapids, Michigan, absconded with $30,000. He was found years later right here in Wistful Vista.
What was he doing?
He was our chief of police. That's why I tell you, Mrs. McGee, as Horace Greeley so well said, don't give up the ship.
No, I thought John Paul Jones said that.
No, it was John Paul Jones who said, you may fire when ready, Gridley.
Well, then who said go west, young man?
Jimmy Doolittle.
No, that was Patrick Henry, I believe.
No, it couldn't have been. He couldn't fly an airplane.
Who said he could?
Well, if he went with Jimmy Doolittle, he'd have to.
But that's ridiculous. Patrick Henry was born in 1736.
Ain't that marvelous? Imagine a guy his age flying an airplane.
Well, maybe one of the younger fellas helped him.
But I tell you, it was impossible.
To guys like Doolittle, nothing is impossible, Latrivia.
Sure. Besides, he's a general now, and if he wanted to take Patrick Henry with him, he had plenty of authority.
But, Mrs. McGee, you don't understand. Patrick Henry is not living.
Listen to him, Molly. Here's a guy that flies with Doolittle and bombs Tokyo, and Latrivia stands there and says he ain't living. I'd like to know what you call living.
Sure, me too. I don't think you have the right attitude about this whole thing, Mr. Mayor.
Yeah, making nasty remarks about our Air Force.
Yeah.
I made no nasty remarks. I merely tried to tell you that Patrick Henry died in 1799. He was a contemporary of George Washington.
And what was so contemptible about Washington, I'd like to know?
I didn't say he was contemptible. I said Patrick Henry was born in 1799.
Patrick Henry was contemptible, too, was he? Give me the phone, Molly. I'm calling the FBI right now.
Aren't you ashamed, Mr. Mayor? A man of your standing.
Now, please, just listen to me.
Hello.
Put down that phone, McGee. This is all a misunderstanding. I'm as good an American as you are.
A likely story.
But I am. Why, even now, I'm on my way down to address a mass meeting at the Coliseum.
What about?
Nurses. The government is issuing a call for 55,000 young women.
Oh, yeah, we heard about that, Latrivia.
Yes. I'm going down to try and impress upon people the urgent fact that the demand for trained nurses will not cease with the end of the present emergency.
What do you mean, Mr. Mayor?
Well, I mean that when peace finally comes, the whole war-torn world will be looking to America for help, for food, for medicine and materials to rebuild its shattered cities and broken people. We shall need nurses and doctors in untold numbers to prevent complete collapse. Nursing offers more security and wider opportunities than any other occupation open to young women. I shall urge all of them who hear me to get in touch with their state nurses association or see their local Red Cross unit for information.
Well, good for you, Latrivia. Go to it.
Sure, it's a good cause, Mr. Mayor.
Yeah.
And forget about Patrick Henry. We were just fooling.
You were?
Sure we were. We knew you wouldn't make any snide remarks about a guy that had gumption enough to fly with Doolittle.
But I tell you, McGee, that's him. Never mind. I just hope he enjoyed the trip.
The King's Men sing Chucklehead.
Down the block there lives a fellow known to everybody as Chucklehead. Chucklehead. Other people's business is the business of his busybody. Chucklehead. Chucklehead. You no doubt have heard of him. We should give the bird to him. Junior's Chucklehead, the axe's pride and joy.
He's always got a lot of real inside information. He's sure that all the big boys are ruining the nation.
He warns that all our allies are gonna pull a fast one.
He says that he hates rumors.
Then give the whip our last one. He'll give you inside dope on his brother in the service. Explain to any stranger our soldiers are so nervous. He buys a dime defense stamp, then brags all over town. Oh, somebody oughta smack him down. Oh, Chucklehead, you know Chucklehead. Junior's Chucklehead, the axe's pride and joy.
His tongue is always wagging, keeps going night and day. Whenever he hears rumors, he helps them on their way.
He says he hates all hoarders, this patriotic fella.
But you should see what's hidden
away down in his cellar. His great big ears are waving and catching all that's new. He'll tell you all the gossip and never miss a cue. So if you ever meet him, be careful what you do, or you'll be another Chucklehead too. Oh, Chucklehead, you know Chucklehead. Junior's Chucklehead, the axe's pride and joy. Oh, Chucklehead, you know Chucklehead. Junior's Chucklehead, the axe's pride and joy.
You know, Molly, it's beginning to look kind of hopeless about Uncle Dennis.
Now, don't say that, McGee. Heavenly days, a man can't just drop out of sight like that altogether.
I don't know. How about Rudolph Hess and the man on the flying trapeze? Who ever heard of them anymore?
Well, that's different. They're just temporarily out of the public eye.
Well, don't get upset about it. The police are still working on it, and when they drag out the throw net...
It's throw out the dragnet
Okay.
here. Maybe that's some news now. Come in.
Hello, folks.
Oh, hi, Wimple. Hey, what's the matter with you?
What?
What do you mean, what's the matter with him, McGee?
Why, take a look. There ain't a mark or a bruise on him. What's wrong, Wimp? Your wife out of town or something?
Oh, no, Mr. McGee. I just look like this because I've been running things around our house lately.
Oh, you've been running things yourself?
Yes. I've been running the errands and the vacuum cleaner and the washing machine and so.
In other words, everything's about as usual at the Chateau Wimple.
Yes. But have you heard anything about Uncle Dennis?
No, we haven't, Wimp. Why?
Well, I just got to thinking, Mr. McGee.
Huh?
Maybe he was kidnapped by some gangsters. And if they bring him back, will you please tell them I'd like to talk to them? I'd like to get some idea of what they charge.
Now, don't talk like that, Mr. Wimple. I'm sure Uncle Dennis will show up sooner or later.
I hope so, Mrs. McGee. As I was saying to Sweetie Face just this morning when she was working in her victory garden...
Oh, has she got a victory garden, Wimp?
Yes, she has, Mr. McGee. And how I hate it. Staring at those rows of corn hour after hour, day after day.
Well, then why do you do it?
I can't help it. She hangs me up on a clothes pole to scare the crows away.
Does she farm scientific, Wimp?
How do you mean, Mr. McGee?
Well, does she believe in things like crop rotation?
Oh, my goodness, she certainly does.
Yeah?
Just last night, she grabbed me by the neck and rotated my crop till I could hardly breathe. I've got to be going now. I really hope you find Uncle Dennis.
Yeah, what's your hurry? Where are you going?
I have to meet Sweetie Face at the insurance office.
Oh.
She's insuring her right thumb for $10,000.
Her thumb for $10,000? Is she going to take up hitchhiking or something?
Nobody's thumb is worth $10,000, Wimp.
Hers is, to her. That's the thumb she keeps me under. Well, goodbye.
Poor little fella. What a life he leads.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I think he enjoys it. Don't you get it, Molly? I says as a matter of fact.
Now, what on earth is that?
There goes the best baritone we ever had.
McGee, it's Uncle Dennis. He's home.
Now we gotta find another baritone.
Hey, fellas, I'm a baritone.
Hooray! Come on. Well, come on, buddy. Come on.
Okay, see you later, Molly.
Yes, you finally got to hear Uncle Dennis there from 83 years ago, June 2nd, 1942. Fibber McGee and Molly here on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Be sure to visit our webpage at classicradio.stream to support our efforts. Coming up in just a moment, Groucho Marx, Say the Secret Word, because it'll be time to bet your life.
Alert today, alive tomorrow.
Plan now with your family for civil defense emergency action. Someday it may save your lives.
Join, work, and share together with others this knowledge of self-help. Civil defense, an American tradition.
Check out ready.gov. That's kind of the successor to civil defense, if you will. All right, we're going to go back 71 years, June 2nd, 1954. And you bet your life. Mr. Fenneman, would you please?
Ladies and gentlemen, the secret word tonight is clock. C-L-O-C-K.
Really?
You bet your life. It's Groucho Marx in You Bet Your Life, the comedy quiz series produced and transcribed from Hollywood and brought to you by the more than 3,000 DeSoto Plymouth dealers. The dealers who have on display the outstanding DeSoto Automatic with fully automatic power flight transmission and the all-new Plymouth, your best buy in the low-priced field. And now, here he is, the one, the only...
That's me, George Fenneman. No, that's me, Groucho Marx. Well, here I am with 1,000 doubloons for one of our couples tonight. Well, take off, Mr. Fenneman. Who's first?
Well, Groucho, we have some people with interesting stories for you tonight. They're Mr. Harry Myers and Mrs. Alice Braben. They're waiting outside to meet you. So, folks, would you come in now, please, and meet Groucho Marx.
Welcome, folks, for the DeSoto Plymouth dealer. Say the secret word and you'll divide $100. It's a common word, something you see every day. Mrs. Alice Braben and Mr. Harry Myers. Mr. Myers, you're a fine-looking gent.
Well, thank you, Groucho.
And you certainly don't look your age. By the way, how old are you? About 86?
You're missed it about 20 years, Groucho.
You mean you're 106?
No.
Certainly don't look it. You don't look a day over 66. Are you married, Harry?
Groucho, I've been married for 21 years to a very lovely blonde.
Is that so?
Yes.
She's still a blonde?
Yes, indeed.
Mm-hmm. Well, most of the people we get up here have some claim to fame. What is yours? And don't say a scotch and soda because that's an old joke. Has anything unusual happened to you?
Well, back in 1904, I was the first person arrested for speeding in an automobile.
Well, shake hands. I was the last man arrested for speeding. I got traced this afternoon. How fast were you hitting it up, Harry?
I was driving a 1904 Winton, going at 12 miles an hour in the 10-mile-an-hour zone, and was chased by a policeman on a bicycle in a speed trap.
And he caught you?
He caught me, and I went to court and paid $7.
What sort of work do you do, Harry?
On the 4th of July, I produced the fireworks show in the Coliseum for the American Legion.
And that's your job? You just blow your top one day a year? What do you do with the other 364 days?
Well,
sell sunglasses for eclipses or something?
Groucho, that isn't a one-day job. It takes about 6 months to build this show.
It does?
To get it ready for preparation because it's the world's largest fireworks show.
Uh-huh. Well, you must get a big bang out of a job like that, don't you?
Indeed, yes, and I've been doing it for 22 years.
And you blow everything up?
Blow everything up in about an hour's time.
Mrs. Braben, is that you?
Yes.
That's a good old Irish name, Braben. Where are you from?
Lapland.
Where?
Lapland.
Lapland. Oh, Lapland. Is there really such a place as Lapland?
Yes, it's the northern part of Finland.
It's in the northern part of Finland?
Yes, sir.
Is that so? Well, you see, I learned something here tonight. I always thought Lapland was where good secretaries go when they die. Well, what is it like in Lapland? It must be pretty cold there. Huh?
No, it's beautiful.
Yeah, well, it can be cold and beautiful. I once had a girl like that.
Rolling tundra and snow-capped mountains and...
Rolling tundras?
Tundra.
Dundraps.
No, tundra. Tundra.
Oh, she has some notion that I can spell. Well, you have some refreshing points of view, Alice. Do you have any advice to people in general that you could impart at this time?
Oh, one of them is to them should mind their own business.
No. I didn't mean me. I meant the other people. You didn't mean me. Well, I was going to ask your age, but since it's none of my business, I won't. That doesn't concern anybody, Alice, and anybody that wants to know is just an old busybody. Isn't that true?
Sure.
Now then, who was president when you were born? Do you remember?
Tsar Nicholas II.
Who?
Tsar Nicholas II.
Nicholas II. Who's he?
The last emperor of Russia. Finland belonged to Russia in those days.
Oh, and Lapland was in Finland?
Mm-hmm.
And where's Lapland now? Is it still in Finland?
Yes, sir.
And now the whole thing belongs to Russia?
Oh, no, it doesn't.
It doesn't. I knew I'd get a rise out of it. Well, let's hope it doesn't, me. Then let's hope it remains that way, Alice.
Thank you.
I would like to go on talking to you two, but it's time to win some money. We start you off with a bankroll of $100. Each time you miss a question, you lose half your bankroll. Anytime you feel you've won more than our other couples, you can quit. You don't have to take all 4 questions. Clear?
That's correct.
Okay. Now, you selected the animal kingdom, and remember, the more the question is worth, the harder it is. Now, what do you want to start with? And remember, one answer between you, your partners.
About $70.
Okay.
$70.
Okay. What kind of birds are widgeons, teals, and mallards?
Ducks.
Ducks is right. You better talk it over here.
You now...
He might have another answer. You keep out of this.
I will, yes. I'm just going to say that you now have $170 in your bankroll.
Yes. Now, what do you want to do? You want to proceed?
Yes, sir.
For 60?
80.
80? Okay.
$80. $80. What is another name for a hedgehog? Now, just talk it over. Hedgehog.
Isn't it a gopher?
No, I'm sorry. It's a porcupine.
Well, you now have $85. You lost half your bankroll.
Now, don't get discouraged. Now, what do you want to try?
So for 60 now?
All right.
For $60.
$60. What do you call a young hen?
A pullet.
I'll agree with that.
Okay, pullet is right.
You now have $145.
Now you're climbing again. What do you want to try? It's your last chance to beat the other couple.
Go for 80.
All right, 80.
$80.
$80. What is an... No, we had an $80 one.
Let's go for 90 then.
All right.
90. What kind of animals are Poland Chinas, Duroc Jerseys, and Chester Whites?
Pigs.
What is it?
Pigs.
Pigs is right.
And you wind up with $235.
Thanks and good luck from the DeSoto Plymouth dealers.
Ladies and gentlemen, for a car with real power, real get up and go, try a DeSoto automatic with the mighty DeSoto 170 horsepower Fire Dome V8 engine. This DeSoto Fire Dome engine is designed to give you power with maximum efficiency and economy. And the secret is in the design of the hemispherical combustion chambers. These dome-shaped chambers are the reason why the Fire Dome engine can squeeze every bit of power from your fuel. They enable you to drive your DeSoto automatic on regular gasoline and still get premium performance. Think of that. A 170 horsepower engine operating perfectly that lets you use regular gasoline. I'm sure that once you get behind the wheel of a DeSoto automatic and feel the smooth, powerful response of the mighty DeSoto 170 horsepower V8 engine, you'll say there's no other automobile engine can match it. Visit your DeSoto Plymouth dealer tomorrow. You'll see that the great DeSoto 170 horsepower Fire Dome engine is just one reason why DeSoto puts you ahead automatically.
For the thrill of the ride that will fill you with pride, try DeSoto Automatic.
Remember, the dealer who sells the stunning DeSoto Automatic also sells the high-style Plymouth.
Okay, George, who's next?
Well, Groucho, we have a man with an interesting job and a housewife. And here they are, Mrs. Luann Meetus, Mr. Charles Carpenter. Would you come in, please, and meet Groucho Marx?
Well, welcome to You Bet Your Life. Say the secret word and you'll divide $100. It's a common word, something you see every day. Mrs. Luann Meetus, eh? Well, I'm glad to meet us, eh? And Mr. Charles Carpenter.
Correct.
Mrs. Meetus, is that the way you pronounce it?
That's right, Groucho.
Since you're more my type, I'll start with you. Are you a local girl?
Well, I'm as local as almost anyone in Los Angeles. I'm living here now, but I'm originally from Chicago.
Uh-huh.
I've been out here 3 years.
You like it out here?
I love it out here.
How long have you been married?
A little over 2 years, and I have a lovely 15-month-old son.
Uh-huh. What sort of work does your husband do?
My husband's an attorney at law, Groucho.
A lawyer?
A lawyer.
Oh, well, I'll bet he's a prince of a fellow, is he?
He certainly is.
I'd say you were about 21, is that right?
Oh, how flattering.
Of course I'm flattering. You think I want to get socked with a briefcase? However, I'm not too far away, am I?
Not too.
As a lawyer's wife, how much do you know about his work? For example, how does he go about preparing a case?
Well, he gets the facts from his clients and goes about getting evidence to substantiate their pleas, and then he goes about preparing briefs and then prepares his cases in court or presents them in court.
Uh-huh. Does he win all his suits?
Well, he misses one occasionally. Nobody's perfect.
Well, he occasionally loses his suits. Huh?
Yeah.
Well, that explains why he's so careful about his briefs, I guess. He just wants to look good in front of the jury. What sort of work do you do, Mr. Carpenter?
I'm a real estate broker.
Really? Well, who have you broken lately?
Broken anyone?
Yes.
Myself, primarily.
Oh, well, is this a full-time occupation, or do you have other interests, like something legal?
Well, I do some blind buying at auctions.
You mean you're loaded when you buy things then?
Not necessarily. Maybe it would help, though.
You mean you buy things without knowing exactly what they are?
That is correct.
That's like getting married.
Yeah, almost.
Well, specifically, what have you bought at auction?
Oh, about a year ago, I bought a lot here at a tax sale on Sunset Boulevard for $250.
Property there sells for around $5,000 a foot, doesn't it?
That's right.
On Sunset Boulevard. How big was this lot?
18 inches by 150 feet.
You're sort of the local boy wonder of Wall Street, aren't you? What did you do with this lot? Did you store flagpoles on it?
No, there was a signboard on it. I figured I'd get some rent out of it, and so I contacted the sign company, and they moved the sign.
Well, what are you doing with this lot now?
I'm waiting for someone else. I'm not paying the taxes, so it'll be up for tax sale again.
And you plan on buying it again?
Oh, no, I'm waiting for someone else to step into my shoes.
Oh. Well, what are some of the other shrewd bargains that you've made?
Well, I bought 80 acres of land on top of a mountain up in Ventura County.
That sounds like a pretty good deal.
Well, there's no road to it.
Isn't there a helicopter goes up there?
Well, it's flat on top, they tell me. And
you've never been up there?
I can't get to it.
You bought this sight unseen?
Oh, yes.
What are some of the other smart bargains you've purchased?
Well, I bought a small lot out in the west side of Los Angeles. It was 3 feet by 6 feet by 9 feet. It was in a cornfield. Just a good site for a telephone booth, maybe.
Well, where do these little lots come from? And don't tell me the stork delivers them.
No, they are surveyor's mistakes. And some of them are mine.
Well, you certainly know your onions, Chuck. You don't know anything about real estate, but you certainly know your onions. Well, I'd like to continue talking to you two, but now it's time to play You Bet Your Life.
In the race for the $1,000, the first couple won $235, and the secret word is clock.
Now, you selected movie quiz, and remember, the more the question is worth, the harder it is. Now, what question do you want to start with? And remember, one answer between you.
That's right.
$100.
$100. One of Hollywood's top directors turned out A Place in the Sun and Shane, among others. What is his name? Place in the Sun and Shane.
George Stevens. George Stevens.
George Stevens is correct.
You now have $200 in your bankroll.
Now, what do you want to try? 90? William Claude Duncanfield was the real name of what great comedian?
Fields. W.C. Fields.
That's right. W.C. Fields is right.
You now have $290.
Now, what do you want to try?
80.
80. Okay, for $80, who was the original Phantom of the Opera in the movies?
Lon Chaney Sr.
Lon Chaney is
Lon
good
Chaney
enough.
Sr.
You now have $370.
Now, what do you want to try? Last chance to beat the other couple.
What's left, 70?
You can quit? Yeah, 70.
70.
Here's the cast. William Holden, June Allison, Barbara Stanwyck, Frederick March, Walter Pidgeon, Shelley Winters, Paul Douglas, Louis
Executive
Calhern.
Suite.
What's the picture?
Executive Suite.
Executive Suite is correct.
And you wind up with $440 in your bankroll.
Thanks and good luck from the DeSoto Plymouth dealers.
Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Fenneman, on with the show. Who's next?
Well, Groucho, I saw a piece in the paper not so long ago about some people with a very unusual story. So I got in touch with them, and I asked them to come down to our show any night they got a chance, and they're here tonight. So right now, I'd like you to meet Mrs. Yvette Bro and her daughter, Flash. Ladies, would you come in, please, and meet Groucho Marx.
Welcome for the DeSoto Plymouth dealers. Say the secret word and divide $100. It's a common word, something you see every day. Flash and Yvette Briault, eh? Is that right? Well, you're very charming young ladies. Which one is Flash?
I'm Flash.
You're Flash, eh? How old are you, Flash?
17.
And where's your hometown?
I was born here in L.A.
Yvette, if your daughter is 17, how old are you? You must be around 27, huh?
No, I'm 41.
41? Where are you from, Yvette?
Montreal, Canada. I'm a Canadian.
Oh. Do you speak French?
Oh, yes, I do. I wish you could talk, too.
I can barely talk English. Well, in addition to Flash, Yvette, do you have any other children?
Yes, I have 17 children.
Yvette, I didn't... my eyes are not what they used to be. What did you say?
17 children.
You have 17 children?
Yes, I do.
Yours?
Yes, all mine.
Well, I'd like to shake hands with you.
Thank you.
Flash, how does your father feel about this rather startling turn of events? Is he happy or just dazed?
Oh, my daddy loves children.
He must be quite a fellow, Yvette. What sort of job does he have?
He's working for Columbia Steel Company. He's a machinist.
Machinist?
Yes.
Well, let's find out about your brothers and sisters, Flash. Could you give us their ages?
Well, the oldest one is 23, 22, 21, 29.
Just a moment. The oldest is 23?
23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 3, and 2, and the baby's 3 months.
What happened to 4?
That's all there is.
Well, it sounds like a wonderful family, Mama, and
Well,
you're certainly
thank
to
you.
be congratulated.
Thank you.
It must be quite a job handling 17 children. Do you find it difficult?
Well, the first 10 are the most difficult.
Well, there's a statement I'd like to think about. Mama, what do you mean by that, the first 10 are the most difficult?
Well, now the oldest one that could help the smaller one now.
Oh, I see. Well,
They
for
were-
someone who's had 17 children, you look pretty healthy. How do you explain that?
Well, before I got married, I was sick and run down, and after I got married, and I have my health back, and now I'm getting stronger all the time.
Ladies, do you feel sick? Well, how about cooking for a gang like that? How do you manage it, Ma?
Well, I got up at 6 o'clock in the morning, and then I serve breakfast.
Wait a minute. You said clock, that's the secret word, so there's $50 for you
Thank
and $50
you.
for your daughter.
Thank you.
And see that she gets it later.
Yeah.
You're a remarkable woman, you bet. 30 million
Thank you.
housewives out there complain bitterly when they can't find a can opener. And you're up at 6 making oatmeal.
Mm-hmm.
How about food, Flash? Could you give us a rundown on
Well,
the week's
we got-
supply?
We got about 42 loaves of bread, 100 pounds of potato, 50 pounds of meat, 25 pounds of sugar, 25 heads of cabbage.
Well, do you have a truck deliver this? Or?
No.
No.
Well, the grocery store is not far away from the house. There's always a line on the street to go to the store.
There's always someone running to the grocery
That's
store
right.
and someone on his way back. Huh?
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be cheaper to open up your own grocery store?
No, I don't think so. No business.
Well, how do you manage such a large family on one salary? It's a kind of a personal question, but you get any help?
Oh, yes. The older one helps to clothe the smaller
They're
one.
working?
Oh, yes. We have 5 that work.
5 of them are working?
Yes, and they all give the money to help the kids.
Groucho, I don't want to interrupt anything here, except we have sort of another surprise for you, I think. We not only invited Flash and her mother, but we invited the whole family to our show tonight. And,
Well, where are they?
well, they're out in the audience.
Will the Briol family please stand up? Come out, wherever you are.
You want to get over there? Like that?
Now I know how Custer felt when the Indians surrounded him. Say, if you ever move out of Los Angeles, Philadelphia's going to be third again. Well, congratulations, Mr. Briot. You certainly have a wonderful family.
Thank you very much.
And if you want to dispose of a few of them, I just send them over to my house. Well, now, what about the quiz? Which of you wants to take part? Now, wait a minute. Any family that has to buy 56 quarts of milk and 50 pounds of potatoes deserves a break. Should we let the whole family answer the quiz? And I suppose the audience too, huh? Now get together and make up your minds now. Real fast, remember? We start you off with $100. If you miss a question, you lose half your bankroll. And you can quit any time you want.
In the race for the $1,000, the lawyer's wife and Mr. Carpenter are leading with $440.
Okay, now let's see how much money you can make. You selected culinary quiz.
I'll start with 70.
What are you going to start with?
70.
Why say it, Pop?
70? Yes, 70.
$70? What is the name for a thick Italian vegetable soup?
Italian. Goo-goo. Ravioli.
One answer now. Come on. Talk it over.
Italian.
Take a guess if you don't know. No, it's minestrone.
No.
This will never do. This baby needs milk.
Well, you still have $50 of your original 100.
All right. Now what are you going to try?
No, we're going to try 30 on that.
30?
Yeah.
The word Bermuda is associated with what kind of vegetable? Bermuda what?
Kitten.
Hey, you can answer too, you know.
No, we don't know.
Bermuda onions.
Oh, okay.
You must have cooked a lot of onions for this gang,
Yeah,
haven't you?
but-
Huh?
Not Bermuda. You now have $25.
I'll take 60.
60? What meat do you associate with Yorkshire pudding?
Yorkshire. Beef?
Beef is right. Roast beef.
You now have $85.
And this is your last chance to beat the other couples. Now what do you want to try?
The whole thing.
The whole thing. $100? All right. What do you call the liquid portion of separated sour milk?
Skim milk.
Sour cream. Sour cream.
No, it's whey. W-H-E-Y.
Gee, I'm sorry. You wind up with $42.50 in your bankroll.
Well,
$42. See, you didn't earn as much in the quiz as I hoped you would.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure the DeSoto Plymouth dealers would like to show you our appreciation for coming here tonight. How about an automatic washing machine? Could you use anything like that?
yeah, I would like that very much.
Would you like that?
Yeah.
Well, and you won the secret word? Well, we can't help you in the quiz, but we're going to give you $10 to each kid for winning the secret word. So that gives you $170 and a washing machine and whatever you won just now in the quiz.
$42.50.
So you'll get over
Thank you very much.
Thanks and good luck to the DeSoto Plymouth dealers. Good night, young man.
And that means that the lawyer's wife and Mr. Carpenter with $440 in just 1 minute get a chance at the DeSoto Plymouth $1,000 question. And here comes our winning couple, Groucho, the lawyer's wife and Mr. Carpenter, all set for the DeSoto Plymouth $1,000 question. Maybe here.
All right, here we go for $1,000. I'll give you 15 seconds to decide out a single answer between you. Think carefully and please no help from the audience. Here it is. Let's see how well you know your states. For $1,000, tell me the name of the capital of Kentucky.
It's the only one I can think of. I can't think of anything else.
What is the answer you two have decided upon?
The only name I can think of is Louisville.
Well, you're a racetrack fan, I guess, but it's Frankfurt. So that means the big question next week will be worth $1,500. Well, you lost the big money, but you did pretty good in the quiz. How much, George?
$440 in the quiz.
Congratulations, and thanks to both of you and to all of our contestants on the show tonight.
Thank you.
Be sure to tune in again next Wednesday night at this same time for the Groucho Marx Show, when the big question will be worth $1,500. And don't miss Groucho's television show, Also brought to you by the DeSoto Plymouth Dealers of America. And remember that the dealers who sell the outstanding DeSoto Automatic with fully automatic power flight transmission also have on display the remarkable new Plymouth, engineered and built to be your best buy in the low-priced field. DeSoto, Plymouth, two great new cars, both products of the Chrysler Corporation.
And when you drive in, tell them Groucho sent you. Good night, folks, and remember, just be sure to see the DeSoto Automatic.
Groucho Marx and the DeSoto Plymouth Dealers of America salute Atlantic City, which this year is celebrating its 100th birthday. You Bet Your Life, transcribed from Hollywood, is produced by John Goodell. Directed by Robert Dwan and Bernie Smith. Music by Jack Meakin. This is George Fenneman signing off for the more than 3,000 DeSoto Plymouth dealers from coast to coast. You Bet Your Life is heard by our armed forces throughout the world.
Don't feel too bad for that couple that didn't win the $1,000, because that $440 in 1954 is equivalent to $5,200 today. So that's still a good finish off for that payday. Groucho Marx, You Bet Your Life, 71 years ago, June 2nd, 1954, here on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Visit our webpage at classicradio.stream to support the program. Coming up next, let's see what's going on with a storeroom full of owls.
Civil defense is common sense. This is Boris Karloff. No one can guarantee the survival of every home during a nuclear war, but a strong civil defense can save millions of lives. Make sure that yours is one of them. Learn how to protect your home. Call Civil Defense today.
Abner's gotten this weird idea that Lum wants a bunch of owls. So Abner sent Cedric out to pick up as many owls as he could during the night. He'd give him a quarter apiece for them. So let's see how this turns out as we go back to Lum and Abner 83 years ago today, June 2nd, 1942.
The makers of Alka-Seltzer bring you Lum and Abner. You know, if it were possible for me to meet all you Lum and Abner listeners face to face and talk to you about Alka-Seltzer, I'll venture to say most of you'd tell me first off that one of the big things you like about Alka-Seltzer is its pleasant taste. For Alka-Seltzer's refreshing goodness is one of the first things that makes a big hit with folks. And not only is Alka-Seltzer pleasant to taste, but it is effective, too. As you'll agree once you've taken it for real relief or a headache, touch of acid indigestion, a sour upset stomach, and muscular aches and pains. So if you haven't already acquainted yourself with the pleasant, fast relief Alka-Seltzer offers, why not give it a try? Next time, just say to your druggist, make mine Alka-Seltzer. He has it by the package and also serves it by the glass at his soda fountain. And now, let's see what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Well, through a misinterpretation of one of Lum's old Eddard sayings, literal-minded Abner got the idea that Lum wanted to go into the owl business. Abner couldn't see the wisdom of this business venture, but he was willing to go ahead with it if that's what his partner wanted. So, to show his willingness to cooperate, Abner sent Cedric and Mousie out to catch owls. As we look in on the little community today, we find Abner and Cedric in the feed room looking over the previous night's catch. Listen.
Yeah, that's it now, Cedric. Just cover the window up good. These owls will like it a heap better in here if it's dark in the feed room, I think.
Yes, Mom, they like it dark, all right.
Oh, yeah.
Be careful that owl in the corner there. That's Mousie's favorite owl.
Well...
That's the one that hoots at him at night.
Oh, yeah, that's the one that's just like a mother to him.
Yes, Mom.
Yeah, whereabouts is Mousie at, Cedric? Is he bringing in some more owls?
No, Mom, he went home to get some sleep.
Oh.
We had to go clean over to that old deserted barn west of town to get most of these owls.
Well, you sure done a good job, Cedric. I'll say that for you. Here, I better pay you, and then you can pay Mousie his share when you see him.
Yes, Mom, he gets half of it.
Yeah, let's see now. How many owls...
Partners in this business.
Well, how many owls is there here now, Cedric?
14.
14, huh?
Yes, Mom. I kept count while we was catching them, putting them in the box.
Yeah, let's see then. 14 times 25 cents. That's what I said I'd give you for them.
Quarter, yes, Mom. 2 bits.
Let's see. 10 times 25 is $2.50.
You better figure it up, Mr. Abner.
I am. That's what I'm doing, Cedric. That's 10 of them took care of. Now there's 4 more at 25 cents. That's
14 altogether.
Yeah, that's 10 and 4. 4 at 25 cents. That's $3.50. Yeah. Now let's see. Let me get the money here. Here's 1, 2, $3, and here's a 50-cent piece for you, Cedric.
One of these is them big bills, ain't they?
Yeah, well, I got this money from Elizabeth. She's had it buried summers over at the place. Buries everything, worse than a pet coon.
Well, much obliged, Mr. Abner. You want us to get some more owls tonight?
No, I reckon this is enough for a starter, Cedric. I ain't sure how many Lum was figuring we'd need. Maybe later on we want some more, and I'll call on you.
Yes, Mom.
Facts is, we might have too many right now. I don't know. I still think we're going to have an awful hard time selling these things. But Lum was so set on it, I figured he must know more about the owl business than he's told me to want to get into it so bad.
Well, who you aiming on selling them to, Mr. Abner?
Well, I ain't sure, Cedric, but there's some folks over in Tennessee that... Uh-oh, wait a minute. There's Lum out there in front of the store. You better go out the back way, Cedric. I want to surprise Lum with these owls.
I wish I could stay and see Mr. Lum get surprised.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you all about it. I know he'll just be tickled to death. Hurry up now. Get out that back door there.
I'm getting.
Yeah, I got to get up front so Lum won't space you nothing.
So long, Mr. Abner.
Yeah, so long, Cedric. Ho-de-de-de-de-de. Well, morning, Lum.
Morning, Abner. What you so happy about this morning?
Oh, nothing.
You act sort of like you do when you're up to something.
Oh, no, I ain't been up to nothing. Nothing at all.
Well, I got news that ought to make you happy.
Well?
I got an order for our new greeting card business already.
Well.
Sister Simpson talked to me on the telephone about it last night.
Uh-huh.
She was too busy to give me all the details, but she's going to drop in this morning and see us about it.
Uh-huh.
She ain't been in yet, has she?
No, ain't nobody been in yet this morning.
It looks like she's chairman of some club or society or something, and this is a special week they're having, and she wants to send out some kind of greeting cards and tell the members all about it.
Tell them all about what?
About this special week, whatever it is.
Oh.
She never got around to telling me. I know she wants quite a batch of cards for it, though.
Well?
I figure if we do a good job for her on this, we'll more than likely be able to get a lot of other jobs, too.
Oh, yeah. Sister Simpson is chairman of might now everything is in town to be chairman of. What club is these cards for, Lum?
Well, I don't know. She'll tell us all that as soon as she gets here. Say, Abner, I wanted to talk to you before anybody comes in.
Huh?
I sort of want to apologize to you.
Apologize? What for?
For getting mad and walking out of the store yesterday like that.
Lord me, you don't need to apologize for that, Lum.
Yes, I do. Or not to lost my patience.
Prattle.
Or to all to stay right here and keep explaining things till you understand them. I got to thinking about it last night, and it sort of come to me like a dream that's one of my duties in life.
Well, exactly what are you talking about, Lum?
Well, take yesterday, for instance. I mentioned that old lettered saying about coals to Newcastle and owls to Athens, and right away you thought we was going into the owl business or some crazy idea like that.
Crazy idea?
Yeah.
You mean, we ain't going in it?
Well, of course not. Who ever heard of a business like that before?
No, I reckon not.
It's the silliest one idea I ever heard of. And I hear some awful silly ones around here, too, I can tell you that.
Well, Lum, you mean that you don't want no,
Don't want no what?
nothing. Just forget about it.
Well,
Let it
come
go.
on, tell me. Don't want no what?
No, it ain't nothing at all. I was just thinking about something else, I think. I can't even recollect what it was now I was thinking about. What time was Sister Simpson coming in here, Lum?
Oh, I don't know exactly. She said she'd be here first thing in the morning.
Well.
That was last night I was talking to her.
Uh-huh.
Reckon how much we ought to charge her for these cards?
Oh, I don't know. $1 a piece, something like that.
$1 a piece?
Yeah.
Oh, no, that's too much.
Tis, huh?
Oh, yeah, it ought to be more like a nickel or a dime.
Oh,
Of course, I reckon I ought to charge you according to how much printing is on each card.
yeah.
I'll try to talk her into having a whole lot of printing on them.
Why, sure, that's a thing to do, yeah.
Wish she'd have told me what club these are for, so that I could have printed up some samples for her to look at.
Yeah, it'd have been nice. Yeah.
Maybe I ought to go back in the feed room and print some up anyway. Just make up a name for it.
Lum, I don't believe you ought to go back there.
Why not?
Well, maybe you ought to wait till after Sister Simpson gets here, and then you know exactly what to print.
Well, maybe you're right, Abner.
Yeah.
Would be just a waste of paper and ink, I reckon.
Oh, yeah, awful waste. Terrible waste, what it be.
But I think I better go back there and clean up the printing press.
Well, now, wait a minute. I'll do that for you. I'll clean it up good for you.
No, Abner, now you got enough work to do here in the store. I'll clean it up myself. Well, for goodness sakes.
What's the matter?
I thought I seen a bird fly past the door of the feed room there.
A bird?
Yeah. Looks sort of like an owl.
Owl.
Did you see one?
No, I never seen one, I don't think.
I guess we argued about them so much yesterday I can't get them off my mind.
About
Start
it.
imagining them, seeing them.
Just about what happened, yeah.
Well, I reckon I better get started cleaning up. Wait a minute. Abner, can you see anything back there?
Huh?
In the feed room there. Don't that look like owl eyes staring out of the dark in there?
I don't see nothing, Lum.
Well, stand over here where I'm standing. Right over here.
Well, all right.
There. Now look.
No, don't see a thing.
Pennies, you don't reckon there's something wrong with my eyes, do you?
Aye, doggies, I bound you. That's it, Lump. You're seeing spots in front of them. That's exactly what you're doing. You better go on over and see Doc Miller right away, Lump.
Oh, no, it ain't that serious.
Oh, it is.
Next
yeah.
time I see him, I'll ask him to look at my eyes. What makes the feed room so dark back there?
Huh?
It ain't dark that way ordinary, is it?
Oh, well, I reckon I forgot to raise the curtains this morning.
Curtains?
Yeah.
We ain't got no curtains in the feed room.
Well, there's a horse blanket over the window. That's just something new that I started yesterday, I think, Lum. It keeps folks from staring in there and watching you when you're printing and stuff.
Well, I ain't been bothered by nobody staring in the windows. My granny's now, it looks like there's two more big owl eyes back there. You sure you can't see 'em, Abner?
I can't see a thing, honest and
That's
true.
funny. I'd swear I can see 'em. Look, now they're blinking. Abner, can't you see that?
I don't believe I can.
Wait a minute. Abner, I ain't been acting sort of strange lately, have I?
Now, come to think of it, Lum, I have noticed you ain't appeared to be yourself the last couple of days. I hated to mention it, though. I believe you better run right out and see Doc Miller before it's too late. Go on right now.
No, I can't go now. Sister Simpson will be here any minute.
I'll take care of her. Now, you run along. We don't want to take chances with a serious thing like this.
I don't believe it's so serious, Abner. I feel all right.
Feller seeing owls?
At least I think I do. Might have a few symptoms.
Oh, yeah.
Hi, Granny's Abner. Don't tell me you can't see that.
See what?
There on the floor. An owl walking out of the feed room.
Oh.
And there's another one following it.
I can't see a thing.
Why, they're right there in front of... Just a minute. Wait a minute. Abner, you ain't went and got a bunch of owls in here, have you?
Huh?
Granny's, I orter expected something like
Well,
that.
now, Lum, now.
If this don't beat the bugs of fighting. Get a broom, Abner, and chase them owls out of here, and hurry up.
Well, all right, but yesterday you
Never
said...
mind about yesterday. Start wielding that broom.
All right, come on, get out of here now. Come on, get out of here, get out of here.
Here, give me that broom. I'll get him
Get
out.
out of here, scat. Yeah.
Get. Shoot.
Come on, get out of here. Get out of here, you little varmint.
Open the door there, Abner.
Huh? Yeah,
Open
I'll
the door
get it.
up
I'll
there.
get it. Come on, run him this way. I'll open it. Bring him this way.
Get him out of here. Get. Now, how many more owls you got back there?
Oh, not many. It's just about 14 altogether.
14?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
my goodness. Come on, get out of here.
Yeah, get out.
Grab a stick or something, Abner, and help me.
Yeah, I'll get something here. I'll get them. I believe that's our ring, Lum.
Yeah, I heard it. You take the broom. I'll get the phone.
Yeah, here, give it here. I'll get them. Come on. Shoo, get out of here.
Hello, jot 'em
Get
down
out
in
of
the owl
here.
store.
Shoo.
Jot 'em down store and library. Lum Edwards talking.
Scat, come on.
Mom?
Get out the door.
Oh,
there.
hello,
Come on.
Sister
Come
Simpson.
on, get out the door.
You're what?
Get out the door there. That's it.
Canceling the order. Well, yeah, I was doing that, but...
Get on.
Well, how did you see me?
Shoo, come on.
Oh, well, now, listen, Sister Simpson.
Shoo.
Sister Simpson. Hello? Hello? Granny's, now you did it, Abner.
Did what?
You've lost us a big printing order. That's what you did.
How could I do that?
Well, Sister Simpson's right across the street there, and she seen me chasing the owls with a broom.
Well, what's that got to do with losing the order for them cards?
Well, it's got everything to do with it.
Huh?
Them cards was for the Ladies' Woodcraft and Feathered Friends Club, and this is to be Kind to Wild Birds Week.
Well, this is one time when an owl was not the sign of wisdom. But, folks, here's something you'll find mighty wise. If you think your vitamins are costing you too much, listen to this. It'll pay you to find out about one-a-day vitamins and see how economical they are to use and how pleasant they are to take. Right now, with your work taxing your energy and your nerves, it's a good idea to see that you get the B vitamins you should have. And one-a-day brand vitamin B complex tablets offer you the daily minimum requirements of the B vitamins whose requirements have been established. Now, to get these known requirements the one-a-day way, you take only one-a-day vitamin B complex tablet a day. That's right. Not 4, not 3, not 2, but only 1 tablet a day. Just try one-a-day brand vitamin B complex tablets. They'll cost you only somewhere around 25 or 26 cents a week, depending on which size package you buy. One-a-day brand B complex tablets are economical because you take only 1 tablet a day, you pay for only 1 tablet, and it really tastes good, too. Remember, you take only one-a-day B complex vitamin tablet once a day. Now, your druggist has one-a-day vitamin B complex tablets in 3 size packages, and you can buy them with confidence because they're made by the makers of Alka-Seltzer, and you know how good that is.
Oh, there you go. There's always something. 83 years ago, June 2nd, 1942, Lum and Abner here on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Join us for more comedy tomorrow with The Adventures of Archie Andrews, Jack Benny, Bob Hope, the Old Gold Comedy Theater, and we'll take a visit with the couple next door tomorrow. Have yourself a great Monday. We'll see you Tuesday for more Classic Radio Theater. I'm Wyatt Cox.